Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to AMD GrandSlam Sky Esports, brought to you by our gaming partner Logitech, gaming rig partner Chroma, broadcasting partner Loco, and this is the Valorant Phase 1. But with me here, I will be joining in with my talented co-caster Daffy. So, Daffy, welcome to the Caster's Desk and welcome to this amazing fixture where we are once again going to witness one of those lower bracket matches. But today, guess what the teams are? Team T69 up against Orgless5.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for welcoming me on this Caster's Desk turn. I am so excited for today's game. Even though it's a lower bracket, both the teams are going to this bracket. Let's not disregard how strong of a force they are. Team 69, Binks and Co. and Orgless5, Sai and Co. What are you expecting today? Are we seeing all three maps? Do you think it's going to be a one-sided battle maybe? Or what are your expectations for today?
I mean, my expectations are that matches might be quite toe-to-toe, and the way you
Hmm.
mentioned, Bings and Co. versus one and only Sai and the team. So, both of these teams, we have seen them playing early as well in the Grand Slam, and I would like to call it that they both are kind of like-minded when it
Hmm.
comes to those banning, these initial map
Hmm.
picks like Fracture, maybe even Breeze, and then once you come all the way towards the side of picking the map, I might not be surprised if we are seeing maps like, Haven, maybe maps like Bind as well, where we don't have
Mm-hmm.
any mid. But yeah, it's a bit of, balanced map. Haven heavily attacker sided,
Mm-hmm.
but Bind is something which I'll be really excited about. But well, what do you have to say? It's gonna be a best of three series.
Mm-hmm.
Both of these teams, they really need to make their best because it's either you do or you die at this bracket.
Well, quickly looking at the double elimination bracket here. This is the lower bracket round one. Actually, this is round one. They did. It was Team 69 that faced Exceeli in the upper bracket final, where they lost to them 1-2. It did go all three maps. It was a pretty close map, close matchup in the beginning, where on Ascent. It was Team 69 that lost 10-13. Unfortunately, they could not make that comeback happen for themselves. Oh no, actually, they were on the lead and they lost that battle. And next up, they went to Heaven and they absolutely dominated Exceeli. That is known to be so strong on that map. That have defeated the likes of Velocity Gaming in the VCC itself. And they took Heaven from them. But on the other hand, when it went to the last map, it was split. They lost 6-13, pretty one-sided there. It was a Sami show, and that is where Team 69 fell short and are in the lower bracket right now. Whereas on the other side, it was Team Orgless5 that had a very tough battle in the beginning itself. It was Enigma Gaming against them, and well, it did go all three maps, by the way. And Orgless5, they managed to take actually the Bind map, which is also very considered Enigma's strongest map. Like,
Yep.
both the teams taking each other's map pick was so surprising to see, and that just shows that how big the teams are becoming, how strong they're becoming day by day, and how unpredictable they are now.
Surely, and if you look after the whole map of Bind first half, I'll say pretty balanced. But it all comes to the second half. It
Mm-hmm.
really comes as you move on to the second half, especially the team with the lead. Already they have gained an advantage in terms of the round leads, plus they have an upper hand with the margin of error which they could really work on. Imagine the level of confidence which they will be having to win a pistol round, pop those heads with the Ghosh or maybe classic pistol, and compared to the team which is kind of in a bit pressure, this really gets them. And believe me when I say this, that the pistol round in the second half is one of the game changing moments. Either team wins it, either team gets the momentum by their side, they be the first one to get those heavy armor on, but the other team be the first to get those rifles on, and then the whole match happens to be way more fun. Team Orgless 5, they have to be pretty much ready when it comes to the map of Bind, as you mentioned, and let's hope that it doesn't get banned, because if they would have done their homework, they know surely how the strategies and the agent compositions are coming in from either of these teams. It's gonna be a BO3 series. So,
Yes.
what do you think? What three maps could we expect to be picked, and what four might be banned according to you?
Well, if we look at the past record, even if the last match, if you consider it, both the teams actually banned Fracture first, and I'm excited to see who is gonna actually take the ballsy decision and ban Fracture here, because some might let it pass maybe, and both the teams actually picked Ascent as well. So it's pretty much they have a similar map pool, and I think Fracture ban will come, and I think we will probably, I really hope we'll see an Ascent and Bind. Both the teams are
Oh,
pretty good on it. And well, as we mentioned it, so we are
wow.
going to see an Ascent. We are going to see an Bind. But I was not expecting a breeze, let me tell you that. I was hoping a Heaven map might be played as a decider, because we know both the teams are pretty good. But I think since Team 69, they beat Exceeli on Heaven, and we know how Exceeli was good on it, I think that is a respect ban from Orgless5.
That's a
So
priority ban as well.
yeah, it was like first ban. No, we're not playing this map. So interesting. So
Yep.
Ascent could go 50-50 either way. Bind second half might be the decider. First half can go either way. But I think
Yep.
even if there's a huge lead, even in the first half, second half, the team mental That's the most important thing when going into such a matchup. If you still have it, you can always make that comeback. If you have the lead even, you will always look forward to close out that map. And we all know how hard it is, how difficult it is to close out a map actually. So yeah, Tarun, what do you think? What agent comps might we see now?
Agent comms, we speak about the map of Ascent. I might not be surprised if we do have a breach, but well, Kaio is still in the options, and the classical pick coming in like Sova, Jet, and none other than Omen Brimstone. That's gonna be a way more hard to decide if you were to be choosing one of these two mostly buffed controller. Would you go for Omen or a Brimstone? Because believe me, playing Brimstone is like having a good pace with your teammate in the stim beacon along with the lineup of, I'll say, the incendiary with him. It's kind of difficult, but yeah, Omen along with the dark covers, only a Panaroya could really even things up to make it hard to decide.
Well, yeah, the utilities definitely seem better on Brimstone right now since the buff has been placed. But on such a map as Ascent, where you need to be controlling map, especially in the middle position, and since Brimstone only has limited 3 sky smokes, that limits you when you're executing onto the site in the end. So it's better to play Omen for now since Astra is still nerfed, and for Astra to be played on this map, I think another controller might be needed, but I think the teams are not ready for implementing that just yet, since a lot of people like playing double initiators, and I don't think anyone wants to give up on that just yet. So Omen seems the fair pick here, but Team 69, we did see Bings playing Brimstone, and I don't think it really worked out that well for them. Well, let's see if they decide to change things up today. But yeah, Brim, good agent, but taking map control, not so much. You're limited on that smokes, and that steam beacon, if you are playing a very fast-paced executes like we saw Godlike do it yesterday, if you remember, on Heaven. If you're executing like that, then it is definitely possible that you can play that Brimstone and make it so good. Well, we're excited about that. On the other hand, we did see Omen from Orgless5 though. But if you come to Bind is a map that Brimstone can be very good. The narrow choke points, the narrow entrances to all the sides, even on the defense, and you can hold them off by the incendiary. And if you're fast executing, there's no middle position there to contest. So it's either you go B or either A from the two ways that are possible to bind. And Brimstone pretty good if you're fast executing it. The smokes are so fast, let me tell you that. You click on it and the smokes are boom. It is so amazing to see. I checked it in a custom lobby, and you just look at the sky and you can see the smokes fall down immediately, and that is so good. That is something Brim is great at, and Astra was great as well. Like, you place the stars and you can immediately smoke both of it, and Brimstone you can smoke off it, and that is something that lacks of on Omen. You throw one dark cover and you have to reconfigure, reset, and send another one. That takes a lot of time, and that delays an execution to like second perfect. So but it still works. But the renewable smokes, that is the most helpful thing on Omen, and it is more I think still reliable. It's more of we have gone back of what we were used to see before Astra was being played. Well, looking at the bracket once again, this is the loser bracket, round 1, Orgless5 versus T69, where the winner will be facing the loser of winner bracket, where Truerippers and Team Snakes will be playing out. The loser will be facing one of these teams today. Well, it's going to be very exciting.
Yep. And I'm excited to see what are the initial, like the double initiator setup or any double sentinel. Believe me, I think that team T69 really need to make some, at least one change, considering that they have an option to maybe opt for a double controller where Viper should be one of the must pick for just the lineup, or at least a sentinel, because last time we saw them play up against none other than it was team Exceeli esports. Believe me, they were having a very tough time having the lead at the attacker side. Then when they go to the second half in the defense, Defense didn't look much strong, but yeah, they were up against a very strong team. Well, it's Team Orgless 5. They are nonetheless. Let me remind you, because we have some of the most iconic players in their team, and these
Yes.
players, they have got that experience. They know
Mm-hmm.
how the most default, the most classical. I'd say when you download this game, it's the most
Mm-hmm.
probably first map which you're gonna look after. Ascent, but quite like preferable for me as well. If you ask me, quite fun. You have the mid side,
Mm-hmm.
mid control as important as it's in the map of Split.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, when you head over to the catwalk area, the A shot, the market, every single thing in the map of Ascent, it's great. Maybe
Absolutely.
Brimstone or maybe Omen, I would really be, just counting my options as well. Because the way you mentioned about the Sky Smoke, imagine this game has given so much of the opportunity to our
Mm-hmm.
players. Not just at once, you can deploy two, but three smokes in
Yes.
one click with an iPad in your hand. Like, wow. Valorant game has just made this whole 5v5 tactical shooting segment a great entertainment to play and
Absolutely.
even to witness with these beautiful players.
Absolutely. That is very amazing that Riot has been listening to the community so consistently, and they have been so open about all the feedbacks that they get from all the social medias, and they have been implementing it to perfection. And I absolutely love Riot for doing this for the game, and the love for this game just increases every day and a day.
Yeah.
But all right, please bring back the fifth star on Astra. I would love that Astra gets a star,
uh,
but I think the reason they have done it is because they want the players to explore other controllers as well as much as they would like. So, well, for that, I'll give them a good decision for that. But yeah, it is what it is. And well, we are facing some technical issues on the player side, which is why we are and running a bit late. Uh, Team 69, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say, but they will be getting a stand-in because one of the players have faced a PC issue, so they'll be playing with a stand-in. Till then, we will keep you entertained. So for now, let's talk about Bind and how Bind has been approached by the teams right now. And we know how well Binks likes to play Raze on Bind. And I think the last
True.
time they faced Exceeli, it was all a Binks show on Bind. That is why they stormed them 13-6. They're not a joke.
13-6 against Team Exceeli.
Yeah.
Wow, man. Are we seeing another 2-1? Because in the first map, I'm still, not able to grasp that Bings will be starting things off, starting his
Mhm,
pick off with a killjoy.
mhm,
Second map, if it's bind, yup, he will get his hands on the duelist. But yeah, the double duelist might or might not work in Asian, but there
mhm.
were those good times when you used to see duelist back then in Ascent as well.
Yes.
Phoenix was an amazing agent, one of the first agent which I used to play when I started playing Valorant. And then it was Breach as well. Breach flashes,
Oh,
Jet
wow.
having each and every utility for 100 cred. It was overpowered for defenders to just rush in, use those three blind. Breach at
Mhm.
that time had three different blind, and all
Yeah.
you could use one. So man, those was some amazing time at Valorant, but at this time, I think it's amazing as you get back Omen inside the meta. If Astra would have a fifth star with herself, the
Mhm.
cooldown period is still way more massive. I'll say it's almost doubled to 23 seconds to
Yeah.
45 seconds now if you use the Gravity Well and Stun Kush.
Mhm.
Astra and Chamber. Like not even if it's Neon, but what
Mhm.
about a Chamber? Can we expect Chamber to be a pick at the map of Asian from either of our teams?
I think Chamber has become quite an agent and a great alternative to play Sentinels. I think we have seen a lot of top teams around the world that have actually swapped out Duelist for Chamber because of the using the sniper ability. So you can just
Yes.
set up a rendezvous, get into a very off-angle position, and maybe just get one pick. Even if you miss, you can just rendezvous out of there. And like yesterday, it was Pasa Shile we saw in Split. He was playing
Yep,
it
yep.
to perfection. He was making such an impact with it, and he had the most first bloods. So it shows that even with that Sentinel role, you can take those first bloods, getting into unorthodox positions, and even taking those entry points. You just take one kill and you back off out out there. Even if you miss, we saw Pasasahil missing some shots as well, or maybe not getting a better situation there, and still doing some damage and getting out of there. And he did it so perfectly. And I would really love to see more and more teams try Chamber more and more on those sniper players that they have in their team. Maybe even take out Jet for a while. Like, just experiment it. Maybe it will be such a perfect pick. I think maybe CSGO players would love playing Chamber as an agent, because they don't have tailwinds to just get out of the position or anything, but you can get into positions and rendezvous out of there. So, and I think that's a great addition. Chamber, even with that trademarks, you set it as an alarm bot, gives you information. You can be anywhere around the map. You can even leave the site. You can watch the flank. That gives you a lot of information as well. So Chamber, I think, is a very good pick. I think on all map, I assume all map is perfect for Chamber right now.
And economically, he is one of those most effective, players, one of the most efficient players. You invest in those headhunters bullet and you actually have a sheriff within your own self. Imagine playing on an econ, just maybe investing 200 for those 2 bullets, and that actually happens to be working out for you. Those 2 headshot, even one could help you get rewarded with a kill, with the numbers advantage, plus with the vandal which you can pick of the player you took down from the opponent team. Let's hope that if there is a pick of Chamber, which player would be choosing to go for? Because as you mentioned, maybe Jet mains would need to, change out their pace. And as I mentioned, Team T69, they are in a very, big need to get a double sentinel. If they play with a common composition, they were kind of lacking when they were playing up against Team Exceeli, especially at the defending side. Do you think that ASIN map is kind of balanced, or you have to say it's a bit more like attacking or defensive side? Because I feel the metas, we haven't seen any structural changes ever now. So I do believe it's like kind of balanced.
Well, just as you mentioned, Ascent, we will be jumping into the game. I think I would prefer saying that Ascent is the most balanced map in this game. It has a middle position, a site is big enough to hold even in the post-plan scenario. Like if you consider other maps, not all maps have that playstyle, but I think Ascent is a playground for FPS players for sure. And if you are a perfect team that likes to execute, even play it slow, if you have a game plan and like approaching the map in a certain way, Ascent is the map for you. Even if you play it fast paced, even if you play it slow, it all works out for you. But yeah, it takes a lot of hard work and a lot of practice that you need to go into Ascent. Well, the agent pickup is here, and what are we seeing here?
I mean, the first time I saw that, I was like, bro, this is a map one. Okay, we could, I just wanted to talk about this. That map one is that one map where you could really experiment things off. Briggs with the Yoru is insane pick in the very start. It's a BO3 series. It's the map number 1. Already the hype is getting to build up because a Yoru agent, a Yoru duelist, a double duelist composition finally being inside the play. When we move on all the way towards the start of Team Orgless5, they have... Okay, it's gonna be Exceeli who will be joining us today with, against Team T69. That's epic. Easy going on for the Omens. Sai with not a Sova and a Jet. What am I seeing? Is it a scrim or is it the Grand Slam Valorant presented by Sky Esports?
Well, I was actually looking at the stand-ins, and later when you mentioned Bings, and I was like, what? Yoru? And this... I mean, well, if you want to see anyone play Yoru, I think it's got to be Bings. I would love to see him play Yoru right now. Well, if you look at the agent composition, T69, I think they have learned their lesson. They don't want to pick that Brim right now, and they have picked up the Omen, which is good to see. And we are seeing Storm. I think, yes, he's been replaced for Emo, who was playing Raze the last time we saw. So he's been replaced, and we are seeing another replacement. God, Vexy is being replaced by Asite for today. Asite, oh my god, we saw him. We see how good he is on those duelists. And well, Yeah,
Friction.
I'm still not over it that Binks is playing Yoru, and they'll be starting on the defensive side. Let's see how he actually tries to play this agent. Is he going to be that notorious Yoru player, or is just gonna make his opponents paranoid about the fake teleports that he can do now?
Yep. The fake out. I mean, that is this one ability which is completely gonna be so much of a game changer. Gate crash is just one. He hasn't invested much on his ability. Rather keeping 200 of his creds, uses the gate crash, might wanna get off, but will the face off is already there using the DK to its best and somehow gets away with the kill. It's a 3v4 situation. Team Orgless5, they have the numbers advantage, but look at their HP. We did not get to see a double initiator pick, but well, Kaio is something which they have already picked, Team T69.
Oh goodness. Did you see how perfectly that fake out worked out for Binks?
Yep.
They actually thought he teleported there, and that bait was perfectly done, and that is exactly what we would love to see Yoru being played as in an esports match. And well, a slow round coming in. After a quick action in the beginning, Orgless5 are still a man up, but the HP is so very low on Sai and Asite. Well, they are on the attacking side, so all they need to do is regroup now and hit a site once again.
Let's see what's gonna happen. It's a 3v4 situation. 30 seconds remaining on the board, and that's where Easy gets a kill. That is so gonna assure their numbers advantage. Back-to-back kill for the side of Team Orgless5, and now Strix left in a 1v4 situation. 3 bullets landing on the body of Omin, Jet, and Race might get the things done. One dash is available for him. Asita, meanwhile, with only 40 HP, trying to just play on a bit split with his team. The spike is being planted, and well, clock was ticking. It's gonna be none other than Blackhawk getting the final kill. Also, almost a flawless round. Only Wings was successful enough to get a pig, but that was the first round. And the concern for Team T69 defensive half will be still on, as ideally, even if they manage to save it up till 5-7 or 8-4, things might depend on the pistol round of the second half, and they might be good enough to get the first map for themselves. Whereas if you ask me about the first map, I think odds are favoring Team Orgless5.
Yes, absolutely. But I love the pickup on KO as well on the side of Team 69. That can do a lot of damage and can get you so much information, especially on the defensive side. Well, going into this round, it is an MVP run. A little bit investment on the side of Team 69, doing some damage, but that's not going to be enough. It's already a 4v2. But Binks with that Sheriff, he's gonna find Hacker, but Baby Sai is there to help him out. And Asite is gonna close out, taking out Friction, taking that second round. Not a flawless round, but they are gonna be pretty happy by saving that shield on themselves on 3 players.
If you look after this quick replay, Sai did manage to get a good opening kill, but this kill from Brings, this was sneaky. And then this, how did he make it look that easy? Meanwhile, Storm here for the side of Teams T69. It's the first bar round coming in, and it's very important because if they lose it, they might have to face yet another eco.
Yes, absolutely. This is a round that they should be looking forward to taking it. Looking at how Binks is playing it, I'm so happy to see him play it so aggressively as well. Getting that information, that is a lot of information and map control as well. Taking Beam in all by himself, and now he's gonna...
What? Look at Binks!
Oh goodness! He went all without way to the base?
Yup.
I thought he just went back to play it passive, but he is not in that mood. He's looking for aggression. He's finally gonna go down to Easy. That is going to find him on the flight. And Orgless5, they want to be very careful about this. Binks is not here to like be defensive or passive. He's gonna be going on full force with that Euro right now.
Rafa kind of taking the control, but look beneath him, besides him, it's gonna be Rafa, and he does not realize that, but the reflex work on good for him. Team Orgless5 have the numbers advantage. Winning this round could have broken the economical situation of Team T69 to the worst, but Friction with the Vandal, with the Paranoia as well, this could really be so helpful for him. Spots him out, he uses the investment of a Paranoia. Rafa meanwhile trying to just make some damage, and yup, he gets it as well. The 3k for Rafa is gonna help Team T69 get the first round, and each and every round which they'll be winning at the defensive side is gonna be quite helpful, because why? Bings, where we expected to see him on a Killjoy, goes on for a double duelist, chooses a double initiator and a controller. There's no sight of any Killjoy, no sight of any Sentinel in their team.
Well, absolutely. And that is the first round for Team 69, and they want to be looking for more, as Orgless5 will be down to an economical situation where they will have to save up for the next round and take the fight for the next round. And well, this time around, Orgless5, they know how Team 69 has been contesting B main, and they want to give a fight this time so that a B side is still upon their reaches.
Well, that is quite effective in play. That was a satchel. For once I thought, how did the guarded light came in? But well, Asite has one more satchel available, but surprisingly, the dimensional drift is online for Bings at this point of time. One side flash could work things off, but Bings already managed to get a kill onto the side of Hacker. That's illegal, and still managed to get a kill. Teams T69 are trying their best to defend the B side because they already have the intel. Sai meanwhile with the op gets a kill. The run and gun doesn't work well, and Storm gives away the side down to a 2v4 situation. Team T69, they do not have the numbers advantage, but still those pop flashes would be helpful. But Sai with an operator with the jet is gonna get the 3k, and well, it's been a while we haven't seen him play at Jet. We used to, we were quite used to seeing him on the Sova, but
Yes.
Jet looks quite promising for him and his team along with that operator.
Well, we all know how great of a sniper Sai has been in his past days, and well, it's really good to see that he's taking that role back into his hands, because we know how great of a mechanical skill player he is. And I think the right answer for Team 69's aggression towards this defensive side is definitely that operator, and Sai is doing that, and that is reading it to perfection. And well, B-main is still being contested from both the sides right now, and Strix with that Marshall finds easy. That's the controller down for the team already. And since you're playing just one controller now in this map, there's not a lot of places that you can go. You will have to play for picks. We'll need to even that man out, and otherwise this is round done for them already.
Man, Bings, he's really anticipating quite well about the positioning of his opponent, using some kind of damage. The satchel is good. Bings trying to do some damage. He gets the headshot. That's the numbers advantage right there in a 3v5 situation rather. Using the TP, Friction has placed himself at a very ideal situation, and that's where the paint shell was being deployed to clear off those crucial angles. We have a lockdown ultimate, and Team Orgless5, they are overcommitting kind of towards the side of B, it seems.
Well, they do not have a dark cover to cover up CT defense spawn, and that is gonna tell them that it is not a B hit, and the rotation is gonna come in, but the plant is coming in. The spike is gonna go down. The dimensional drift is being used up by Bings. He's gonna give so much information. How does he decide to play it? Oh, the delay on the ultimate is long, but Storm just jumping in and killing Black Hawk there, and he's going to decide to stick the defuse, but Hacker was ready for that. The ping is gonna come in, and Sai uses his Blade Storm for this round, and he is gonna find Bings, and he is going to right click Friction out of the server. And Orgless5, even with the man disadvantage that they had early in the round, they still bring it back and win that round.
This is so amazing play. This, how much difference is Sai bringing inside the table for his whole team. You can already spot him out. Like a very right time to be using the Blade Storm. Any player getting taken
Look
down
at
would
him.
have, just damaged the economical condition. But Sai kind of enjoying his moment. He is feeling at this point of time, and it's very important when you are playing a 5v5 tactical shooter. The synergy of each and every player, you understanding, you appreciating any mistake, and overcoming. And the best what I'll use is adapting the situation. Bigs here gets a kill. What is he doing? How come he happens to be there at the beam in area?
Oh, absolutely. Well, he is being that notorious force right now. And, well, it is a 4v4 right now. A lot of information on the side of Team 69, but Hacker, oh, he's on another form today. He's getting those taps perfectly with that Phantom. And, well, Orgless5 now on a man advantage. They want to regroup and hit a site together. They have the ultimate available on easy. And Hacker does have his Hunter's Fury as well. And that 0 point. Not a lot of information, I guess. Everyone dodged it. But they are aware that the player might be around the corner. Friction and Rafa are going to be ready. They have a crossfire set up for them. Nasite is gonna try and satchel in, but Rafa right in his face is gonna deny that. And the fragment being thrown, that is gonna delay and buy a lot of time for Team 69's rotation. But Friction through the dark cover, he's gonna find easy. Down to a 2v2 now. Ultimate still available on Hacker right now. The Hunter's Fury, Friction, and Shrieks in a retake scenario. Spike is down. Both of them playing back on boat. Denying the Lambot, but there is one Nano Swarm to delay them for a while.
Dark covers to stop things off, to slow things off, and well, lane 1 window area is being cleared. There's another window right there. The recon dart is amazing, but Hacker gets a kill. But Friction goes in huge with popping those double headshot with one of those most basic skin of a Phantom, and he gets back-to-back 2 kill, gets his ultimate online, and that was unbelievable. What a play coming in from the side of Friction. He is making things happen for his team, and this is what we say. It's very important that each and every player, it's not just like getting 1-1 kill or something. You have to really adapt the situation, and Friction, the 3k really saves the day, and the line of fire which he got, both the player coming between the line of fire and giving those head big pop top from Friction. That was an amazing round, and this game, the excitement is really turning on at this point of time.
Well, it definitely is, but I'm still surprised why the players decided to contest that from the side of Orgless5. They were in a very good position. One side was pretty much smoked off. They could have hidden it, but they did not decide to do. And Binks being that notorious force once again with that fake out, using that blind side to suppress that sound at least of the teleportation. And well, he's in a very great position, but there's no information for him as Orgless5 are already getting that spike down towards A side. Being still towards this B main position. And not...
Null command, yep.
Yeah, being used as well. That's a big investment from Team 69, and that suggests that they will be looking to retake this as Hacker is going to find Rafa down. Asite does find Strix here. Baby Sai, Hacker, easy. Everyone finding them. What a round. Flawless. That was a change of pace coming from Orgless5. They knew they did a mistake in the last round, and this time they capitalized on it. They did a fast rush, and that is exactly what made that round possible for them. A flawless one, actually.
Team Orgless5, they have 3 ultimates online to work with. The economical conditions are kind of not working good, but also the scoreline is still fair. 2-5 scoreline after 7 rounds, and we still have 5 rounds remaining. This could possibly turn into a 2-6, seeing these ultimates, seeing these advantage. But counter to that, an early investment of a Hunter's Fury is as helpful. Hector and Sai get a good kill. Rafa, meanwhile, using the frenzy, denying the flawless round. But BB Sai, how aggressive it is. This aggression is gonna get punished down. But Operator goes all the way towards the side of the BB area. It could not be even picked up. But Strix gets a headshot with the Marshall 2v2 situation. The shrouded footsteps are still available at this point of time for the side of Omen from Orgless5. We have all the different agents. We have an Initiator and Duelist for Team T69 and Sentinel and a Controller. Well, Controller gets taken down. Storm gets rewarded with a rifle. Is this a thrifty round? Because investment wasn't made much, but we still have Killjoy getting the whole side, planting the spike down. Blackhawk down in a 1v2 situation, uses each and every ability and now is down to just play on his firepower.
Position has been given up by Blackhawk, but he is still gonna take down Storm there, and Strix now is going to come in and clutch and finish off Blackhawk and take that third round for Team 69. It is a thrifty round for them. There was not much investment on it, and Orgless5 playing a bit careless there. Thinking that they would not be on the greater buy, but the sheriffs are so deadly, and especially that Marshall, just one shot to the head and you're pretty much dead. So you gotta be very careful. A bit careless play from them, but I assume they are going to be very aware of that and they are not going to make that mistake again. They do have the lead for now. Even on the attacking side, we consider this as a very defensive map, and they already have 5 rounds, which is pretty good, don't you think?
Surely an 8-4 scoreline is something which I'll say it's pretty balanced. 7-5 would mean that Team Orgless5, they need to consider that yes, Team T69, they are just not experimenting, but they are rather prepared. Killjoy trying to get the lockdown ultimate online, and yes, it is online, it is being deployed, and Storm trying to get some angle, trying to get some damage, but it does not work. The pain chill is so good and is at a very right time. Storm gets a kill onto the side of a CT. One player is detained. Omen trying to get some cover. Killjoy gets spotted with the recon, but wow, just look at the cover. Just look at the way he got away from being detained. There goes the investment for the Hunter's Fury as well. Might have saved up for using inside a post-plant situation to take down the diffuser, but Bings using the side blind, and the side blind is amazing. Blinding down side, that's amazing, but still, Hacker comes in. Bings getting a kill. Is he looking for another? Yes, he gets a 2k for himself, but Friction and Rafa there to come up with the assist. Blackhawk meanwhile getting the 2 kids down to a 1v2. Can Blackhawk come up with another try in this 1v2 situation? He doesn't have HP to work with, nor the Storm Blades, but look at the time. The time isn't much, and because of the time, maybe it could be around for the side of Team 69. And yes, it's a clutch, a 1v4 clutch coming in from the side of Blackhawk. What a phenomenal play coming in from both of these teams, and I mean, this was unbelievable.
I actually cannot believe what I'm seeing right now. I don't understand why he did not stick that spike, the defuse right there, because that was the, you had to take that chance. Even if you get sprayed to the dark cover over there, that was a chance that you should be taking, but they did not decide to do that, and Strix pushing that. Oof.
Yep.
Very hard to understand sometimes, but I guess they are pretty aware of this, and well, they will be losing that round, and the lead is going to be 6-3 for Orgless5. They are going to be very happy with that round. It did go sideways for them, but in the end, Blackhawk, the MVP for them. Well, early mid presence this time from Orgless5, and there's no one to contest it actually, and there's no information on the side of Team 69 but Biggs, he's on an adventure. As usual, sometimes on A, sometimes on B. He's already found one. He's looking for more. He needs to be careful here, but Strix is gonna tailwind right into his face and gonna get that kill for him, as Hacker has found Storm as well. Binks, he has information. He's spotted a few players. He doesn't have the help of Rafa here, but can they do much? Oh!
Wow.
Well, they are still bringing it back, and now it's back to Blackhawk once again in a clutch scenario. I think this is 3 rounds in a row that Blackhawk has been the last man standing for the side of Orgless5. He is gonna spawn Binks, struggles a bit, but he's gonna finish him there. I think he did spot Rafa there. The spike, however, is down all the way towards the middle position, and Blackhawk only has 25 seconds to play with.
Cover going out.
Well, it's a 1-all scenario for now between the clutches, which we are seeing from past 2 rounds. This is the third one, but the 0 point giving a lot of intel. Blackhawk trying to go a bit aggressive, but wait, he gets one, he gets another! Wait, I'm out of words. Both of my eyebrows have just flicked away from my forehead. What am I seeing? Did he just clutch it out? I mean, what are we witnessing at this point of time? A 2-1 out of nowhere, a 1v3 clutch in this round. Before this, it was a 1v4 clutch. What next is left for us? Is it an ace clutch or is it an equalizer where Blackhawk once again comes into this clutches scenario? And man, it's a hat trick which we are currently seeing of him being just solo surviving and making the whole round so much more intense than we couldn't even expect it to be. Now the dimensional strip is still available. A fast-paced rush coming in all the way towards the start of B, and wow. Between
Look at
3
that.
rounds, this is the second time we get the lockdown ultimate online.
Exactly. Blackhawk has been being gifted kills right now, and he's getting those ultimate online so quickly. He's gonna spot Binks with that dimensional drift. Oh, they cannot spot him. He probably heard him. And look at this Binks in a very smart position, but he's gonna only tag. Exchange some damage as Hacker has found him through the wall right now. As now retake scenario for Team 69, they have already found 2, but Hacker, oh my god, he's getting 3 kills. He's going for the ace, but Rafa, oh my goodness! Everyone lines up for him, and that Bulldog is gonna do so much damage, and they are gonna get swiped. They didn't even get the spike down. They didn't even get that chance. That is quite an approach from Team 69. Immediately after the lockdown was ended, they took back charge of the site. They just went in. They didn't want to wait. They didn't want to give space. They didn't want to give the spike plant either. And that is the Team 69 we would like to see right now. And well, this is the last round of the first half. What scoreline are we looking to now? Is it going to be 4-8 or is it going to be 5-7?
Believe me, 5-7 would be a big savior day, especially out of the nightmare that they had to face when they were up against Team Exceeli at this map. But what a play. Meanwhile, the gate crash first gets, totally down, and it's very hard to spot that out. I'm surprised to see Team Orgless5 actually first taking it down, but well, it's a Yoru buff, so you have another one to be used. Let's see if he saves it up or no. Meanwhile, we are seeing another gate crash just lined up behind in those Xboxes. Yes, he uses his ultimate, and it's not the ultimate, it's the face off kind of trolling. But yeah, there are 3 players being stacked up. There goes the blind as well. Hacker is just not able to get that single off, but finally he gets it because it's the last round. Everything has been invested just to stop those early round rush or maybe even those ultimate usage.
Well, absolutely. Yeah, I still can't get over the buffs that Yoru has gotten right now, and that fake out is so funny at times. And teams are being very careful. That it makes you so paranoid, let me tell you that. It really makes you paranoid, and team really needs to be very aware of that. And well, as we say that, Orgless5 have already made their way towards B this time. A quick rotation coming in, some mind games there, and the spike will be played down as Sai. He's looking for more, he's pushing for information, and he gets streaks in the process. And the Hunter's Fury is going to be invested. Baby Sai being suppressed for now, but this is not looking for not looking good for Team 69, as Binks is now in a 1v5. He's gonna get paranoid in his face, and Baby Sai is gonna finish it off. For Orgless5, they have a massive lead. Let me tell you that. Attacking side and 8-4 lead. There's no way you choke this game now.
I just not, there's no margin of it at this point of time. But, we can really predict from his call outs to his teammate. And I think that's pretty much fair enough as well, because being an IG, you know that if you have an opportunity, if you have an advantage or an upper hand against a team like Team T69, where the agent composition is kind of tricky. The double initiator, the double duelist, and still an 8-4 scoreline. But being at the attacking side, now is where they could use this agent composition at the best. Meanwhile, Asite, this guy has been showing a very, very good, I'll say opening out today here at the Grand Slam, and he is actually a difference maker when it comes to those initial starting round picks and a double. You'll see,
Oh my
the
God.
shot that lineup, and he
Impossible.
gets a double kill. Team T69, how are they going to manage themselves to save initial round? Biggs, meanwhile, getting those
Oh,
initial kills, and he gets those revenge 2k back for himself using the great crash and then the side blind. But the boom bot kind of tricky, always following him. Hacker, meanwhile, try to spot him out. 125 HP, down to a 2v3 situation. It's still difficult for Team T69 to secure this round.
very difficult indeed. And looking at the HP on Storm, it doesn't look much doable as Orgless5 are playing it so well disciplined. Pink's trying to be sneaky there. Tries to go out, but Storm with that low HP is gonna find two. But Blackhawk is there to save the day again for Orgless5 as he takes him out while he was backstabbing them. Oh my goodness, that looked very scary for a second. Oh, look at this, Pink's being such a pain for Orgless5 with that you even right clicking with that classic. I don't know how you land that shots, but I am amazed how you get shock dart kills, double kills early in the round. That is the most surprising factor. It was done so well by Orgless5. The read was so good.
Start of the round number 2 in the second half, and there goes an initial kill with a run and gun Spectre. Sai got the opening. Now we would really want to regroup with this team, because in case he loses a Spectre to his opponent, there would still be a very 50-50% chance that Team T69 they might come up with those kills. But there comes back-to-back 2k, and that's the equalizer I was talking about. CK and Blackhawk trying to even up things. It's a 2v3 situation, but they have the Spectres to work with. Team T69, only 2 players gonna be Friction and Storm, but they are up against Blackhawk at this point of time with his HP working on quite good. Meanwhile, Asita trying to jump spot his opponents. I think Raze, a duelist for the side of Orgless5, could really be so helpful to just give those utility damage instead of gambling out on the firepower and maybe winning or losing the 1v1 duels. In case a post plant happens, it's a very big advantage and a win situation for Team T69 as they get 300 additional creds. Paranoia is used quite well as CT takes down one but gets instantly traded. Meanwhile, down in a 1v2 situation, do they know the Storm is already standing out here? Well, he does misses a shot but lands a headshot. Doesn't want it to get switched off on the Sheriff, but he didn't have options. He was out of options, out of ammunitions as well in his magazine. And it's the round for the side of Blackhawk, and that's one big reason I mentioned that it is a 2v3 situation, but still Blackhawk was alive, which means the game is not yet over unless you are done dealing with Blackhawk.
Well, absolutely. Once again, Blackhawk there to save the day. Once again, it felt like it was another deja vu coming in. It was a Storm again in a 1v3. He took down 2, but could not manage to take that duel any further against Blackhawk. Well, a massive lead, and that is the double digit for Orgless5 as they are looking to close out this map. They are looking pretty strong on this defense side as well. It is going to be a bonus round for them. Are they looking to purchase completely into the round? So maybe they want to play it safe, but yeah, a slower approach coming from Team 69. Everyone stacked outside aim in right now. They really want to hit this side. I think they have a game plan going into this round. Let's see how they approach it.
Easy, meanwhile, is at a very cornered location, because he has those, TP abilities. He could really use it to get outside that cover, but the intel which he is giving all to his team, because any movement done right there at the aim situation would really give them an intel, and that's something which Team T69 would not want to be giving. Strix, meanwhile, dashes inside the side, uses the cloud burst. There is the spam coming in, but the attacker's Hunter's Fury is also invested. Team T69, they manage to get the opening, not from the firepower, but with an ultimate, and there goes the post-plant situation as well. Actor, meanwhile, trying to go a bit excessive, but Strix instantly shuts him down. It's a 3v5 situation, and the bar down seems to be quite secure for the side of Team T69. Now, it's all the damage which they might be dealing with, and the economical damage would help them at another one, but wait, how did Biggs got taken down with the Swan Grenade, he was trying to play a suicidal move right there. First trying to make sure that he takes the damage, be at an unexpected angle, but Storm with that 2k, he gets a collateral damage on the opponents, and well, 3 rifles are still being saved from that round, which is a good green signal for them to give a comeback.
Is absolutely a very nice, organized, structured execute coming from Team 69 this round around. They got the spike down. They played the post plan pretty close to perfection. And Binks did go down to the nanoswarm. That was because Blackhawk, he used that nanoswarm so smartly. He put it down on the other side of the switch. That caused Binks to get out at the position that exposed him further from the heaven position. And that was well played from the side of Blackhawk. But it was not enough for Orgless5 to close out that round and take that retake. And now Orgless5 down to an eco. They do have some sheriffs on their hands. Baby Sai, he's gonna spot a couple players towards the B main position and suggest his teammates that this might be a B hit. The information is there for them, but how do they actually play out on that? Binks moving towards B, uses his blind side. Rafa is gonna find Hacker. And while Binks is going to find us Site as well. A battle going towards the middle position. Baby Sai still alive. Manages to take Storm down at last. And now it's down to the man, Blackhawk. Once again. But not this time, Blackhawk. Not this time.
I mean, Team T69, they would have been so annoyed. Like, already it's an eco round. They would have rather chose a flawless to play it slow than to just lose out the rifle. And, in worst case scenario, even getting those Vandal into the hands of, none other than Blackhawk so that he gets saved. And yes, there was a try for him when he instantly took down Wings. He was trying to go on for the Vandal, but luckily there was an instant trade. And I would like to point this out, Daffy, that earlier when we saw a 1v2 clutch the first time, it was a 1v4 clutch rather, the dark cover completely blocked off the site when he was holding the B boat area. Imagine if the dark cover wasn't being used, it wouldn't give that advantage because it was the advantage to the side of Team Orgless5 rather than Team T69.
Exactly. That dark cover was exactly my concern in that round. But anyway,
Wait, what did Biggs do?
I think he...
Yeah.
We have no idea. All we can do is look at the minimap and see what he actually did. Well, I think he tried to sell out a fake by using that gate crash. Yep. Fake gate crash, if you call it. And bringing some rotation. But we do see an operator into play from Baby Sai this time towards the middle position. He's rotating all around the map. We saw him initially towards B. And now he's all the way towards A. And well, look. If he had stuck to that initial decision, he might have found some people towards B. Well, Binks using that dimensional drift. He's gonna spot Blackhawk and he's gonna take him out right in his face. The spike is being put down as Hacker did find Storm, but Rafa was there. Site is gonna take down Friction to even it out in this retake scenario for them. It's a 3v3 for them. Not a lot of utilities left on their side.
Things meanwhile with the Phantom, he doesn't have much utility to work with, but just one single kill would get at least that 1 gate crash online for him, and that would really mean a lot at this point of time. Satchel and Blind to work with, but Binks gets a kill. That's a gate crash, and now he could either fake it out or either gamble using his gate crash to his advantage as well. Down to a 1v3, Tam is running out, gets a kill on Binks. That's a good Vandal and a good economical damage onto the opponent player, but Strix meanwhile down to 28 HP. Managed to land the headshot on Hacker, and that's a 7-10 scoreline. Imagine the level of pressure Team Orgless5 are dealing with. It was an 8-4 scoreline. The pistol round was being compromised, but since we are seeing these important bar rounds to be coming in, they have a good balance that whenever there's an eco round, Team T69, they don't use the ultimate. They play on the firepower. Even if they lose some of the Vandals in the 1v1 duel, somehow those ultimate managed to get online. And this, when it was the first bar round, once again after the initial first eco for Team Orgless5, he comes up with an ulti round, and that was a turning point at this game. Now it's kind of an eco coming in for the side of Team Orgless5. 2 ultimates are still online. Strix meanwhile takes down side. That's a clone jet down, a clone duel is down, and this really gives a very big upper hand to Team T69.
Absolutely, they are playing it very careful now. It's a very unusual to see from Team 69. They are actually playing this attacking side very nicely and very safely actually, and it is working out perfectly for them. At the last round for Orgless5, it was a big investment for them, and losing that round will cost them a couple more. This is going to be an half buy round for them, where they only have some upgraded pistols. And look at this, Team 69 slowly making their way again towards B. They have been trying to get some control towards middle, give some information to Orgless5 suggesting that they are taking the middle position, but they regroup and then hit a side, and they've been doing it so well, and that is working out perfectly fine. The door was however closed, and Strix has managed to open it for them. Well, that is very awkward for them, but that did give him a kill. But Orgless5 are falling apart one by one, now down to a 2v5 as Strix is going for more as he finds Hacker as well. The 3 kill for him already. Easy with a Sheriff. Does have 2 dark covers available on him, along with Shout Step. All he can do is do some damage on the side of Team 69. But as we say that, a flawless round comes into play for Team 69 as they play that anti-eco round to perfection. That is what we want to see. Don't give away that 50 round so easily. That is exactly how you should be playing, knowing that your opponent do not have a greater buy.
It's not just about the 50, it's like they won with a flawless round. Imagine each and every Vandal out there was being saved. They have a very good cred, economical conditions backed up by their side. Losing rounds would be kind of gamble, because that would just mean that they are 1 point away from getting the match point, and there are 3 ultimates online. Team T69, this is the round to watch out for. Sai meanwhile gets the operator out, gets the opening, and this time it's him getting these initial numbers advantage to himself and taking down the clone Soa. Meanwhile, the blind side is amazing. Uses a kill, uses another, and wow! The gate crash on the sideline were phenomenal. Bings completely turned around this game, and that is what is much needed. One more ulti orb, Bings. One more ulti orb, and it's all done and dusted. He has another gate crash. He is using it as a teleport, but wow! No, oh my god, the IQ was so much beyond our game sense, but the whiff was unfortunate. Somehow, Team Orgless5 still have numbers advantage by their side, but man, Bings, Yoru man.
Goodness, I did not expect such a smart play coming in from him, and that was so well done. He might have found easy there, but he has done some damage. Blackhawk has found friction here, and now the null command. Oh, they're gonna spot easy as well, but easy! He's gonna find Rafa through that boxes over there, but now Storm again in a clutch scenario, but Baby Sai is ready with that operator. He knew that angle, and he held it well. It did look like Orgless5 even getting that early pick from Baby Sai, which was very important, taking streaks down early in the round. But this play from Bings, what was that? Reading it to perfection, and this Easy is lucky to be alive there. I really wish Bings had taken that kill as well, because that would have been a play that we would not forget.
We had our concerns out that just 1 point away from match point, and Team Orgless5, they are now having a very big upper hand at this point of time. Meanwhile, a good fake out coming in. There is a damage shield save. Rafa gets taken down. Damage shield drift is really kind of helping out Bings at this point of time, but look at the spam. The spam is phenomenal, but the cloud burst is really gonna get him. Blocked off in the vision. Spike might go down still, but there are 3 ultimates to stop it out. Can this retake be stopped from the side of Team T69? Because this is one of the most crucial round, and we start things off with the lockdown first.
They were definitely ready for that retake scenario if it came to play, and that is going to be the case as the ultimates are being invested as well. There is 1 player being detained, however the other 2 players towards the wine position. Pretty much aware that the defuse is gonna come in as Blackhawk. He's found 2 here, and Easy is gonna clean it out for Orgless5, as that is a flawless retake coming in from Orgless5. A couple of investments of the ultimate, but well, as long as you need to win the round, anything is doable.
Man, Team T69, they tried so hard. They almost came to a, I'll say equalizer in the scorecard, but just those past 2 rounds, this really is gonna be a very big game-changing scenario. Team Orgless5, they are on the verge to be the first team to cross the finish line and eventually secure map number 1 in their favor. If they start things off with a 1-0 scoreline, series scoreline, imagine what's gonna happen. The chaos at the side of Bind, that's gonna be amazing. Blackhawk gets a kill onto the side of Friction. Fake out is good, but is it the fake out or is it the real Bings is the question. Meanwhile, trying using his fake out once again, but he gets a kill. What a phenomenal positioning. Back-to-back 2K for the side of Bings. Doesn't have the blind side, or it's the blind would have been phenomenal, but out there. Using the fake out once again, Blackhawk did got himself down. Blackhawk coming with the 3K, and now it's down to a 2v2 situation.
And Blackhawk, he's been so good on this game right now. He's getting multi-kills every round on that Killjoy. He's doing it to perfection. And well, talking about Binks, oh, he's been selling those fake outs so well. It is turning the heads on the side of Orgless5. Well, in this scenario, 2v2, retake, possible for Orgless5. Tailwind is gonna come in and Blackhawk is gonna find him, but Storm! He goes out through that Cloud Storm that gave him the opportunity to swing out at the right angle and take both of them down, keeping the hopes alive for Team 69 in this map. Still, it is still 9-12. They just need 3 more rounds to level it up and take it to an overtime. And here, look at Binks. He's turning heads. Look at that. Blackhawk did turn around for a while, but he was fast enough to look back and look at this. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. It was a line of fire out there once again. Storm and Friction, these guys, you have to stay very, very, I'll say alerted if they use these line of fire. And every time in this 1v2 clutch scenario, they have really got them in their advantage. The double shock dart lineup once again being inside the play. Yoru is using each and every ability, the blind side, the fake TPs, and obviously the fake outs along with some of those gate crashes as well. Meanwhile, the mid area is being blocked off. The gate crashes phenomenally used to reposition himself all the way towards the side of the mid, but a Spectre, this Spectre is gonna be a bit of an advantage when it comes to the run and gun advantage. And here we see a 2v4 situation. Team Orgless5 are on the verge of securing this, and yes, I say it the second time, but Team T69 good enough to save it for themselves. Oh my god, this is the worst case scenario which they would want to be in. Kaio using each and every fragment for himself. Hacker meanwhile using the lane 1 for his side, and that's gonna be Team Orgless5 securing the round, winning it for themselves, and that's 1-0, which they will be heading on to. And now we will be seeing both of these teams once again compete, but that's gonna be a deserted map of Bind.
Oh, absolutely. It did look very scary. It looked like Team 69. They had such a good game plan coming into this ascent on the attacking side, especially. It did not look too strong on defense, but on attacking side, it looked so structured, and the hits coming in constantly, and that was so good to watch. And it looked like they could have made that comeback possible, but Team Orgless, they were ready for it, and they had the answer, and they closed it out eventually. Well, they will be the winners of their map pick, finally winning their map pick this time. This was their pick. Next up is Team 69's map pick, which is going to be Bind. We have seen both the teams play Bind previously, and they were both phenomenal on it. I am really excited to see if Yoru is being played on that map as well, because that is a Yoru's playground. Bind is a map that you can use Yoru to the full potential with those teleports available on the map itself, which is going to be exciting to see. Let's hope we get to see another Yoru come into play.
Well, let's hope that we do get to see Yoru at the map of Bind, but it means that race is going to be compromised. And the way Binks have been playing Yoru, it seems as if, it's not that he was prepared. He has already been a Yoru main earlier, but those nerf and kind of, those meta changes really got him off the options to even be a pick or even be counted when it comes to these competitive scenario. But what an amazing match. Witnessing it once again, those who guys have missed the action, here is a quick highlight for you. And well, we'll be seeing you guys on the other side when we head over to the map of Bind.
sight. Get out of my way.
One enemy remaining.
Yikes. That sucks.
Over here.
A fine death.
Stay down. See ya.
One enemy remaining.
Powers.
One enemy remaining.
Good. I got the spike.
One enemy remaining.
Clutch. Calculated.
30 seconds left.
Headshot.
One enemy
Enemy
remaining.
kill.
Surprise.
Down A. Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
Idiot.
See ya.
One enemy remaining.
Don't mess with me.
One enemy remaining.
Die.
Bye.
One enemy remaining.
Enemy kill.
Last player standing. 30 seconds left.
Turret out. Aw, thought to try harder.
Who's next?
You're done. Time to jump.
Swarm grenade out.
Player standing. One enemy remaining.
It is done.
Got him.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the AMD Sky Esports Grand Slam Valorant Phase 1, brought to you by our gaming partners Logitech G, gaming rig partner Chroma, and our broadcasting partners Loco. I am joined by none other than Tarun, and we did watch a great match being played between Orgless5 and T69. That was on Ascent, and we did see Euro come into play, Tarun. How surprised were you to see actually a Euro being played so early in this tournament?
I did not really expected that. I was really counting on for a chamber, and rather, I was counting on for Team T69 to go for a double Sentinel play. But they surprised us with zero Sentinel, with rather a double Initiator, a double Duelist, and one single controller. And well, the controller did play a key role. Brimstone was not inside the play, but Omes from both the side did a I'll say impeccable job right there.
Mhm.
But the Killjoy, man, the Killjoy is where things were completely down. And I'm just thinking, what's gonna happen? Like, is this really a lower bracket match? Because imagine if this is the level of competition which we are seeing at the lower bracket, it's gonna be so hard for teams out there to survive it all the way towards still, the fighting in the lower
Absolutely.
finals and finally making it up maybe till the upper brackets then.
Absolutely. It looks like a very long and hard fought battle. It's going to be tough for each and every team out there. There are top 8 teams. One team being eliminated yesterday, which was got particles today, is going to be the end for one of these teams that are playing today as well. It's either going to be Orgless5 or it's going to be Team 69, and we would hate to see any of these teams leave this tournament, but that is how exactly how tournaments work, and we will have to say goodbye to one of the teams. But well, there are still the finest teams still going strong in this tournament, and well, this matchup is no different, as we are going to be heading to the next map where Bind will be played. But quickly looking back and recapping on what happened on Ascent, well, looking at the scoreline, goodness, look at the impact Sai had along with Blackhawk. Look at all those kills, 24-20 and Hacker on 20. Oh my god, that is a lot of kills coming from the side of Orgless5 over there.
And leading his team from front foot, it's none other than Binks, as you are gonna see him with that average combat score of 293. 5 first blood, I mean, that's good, but wow, Storm nonetheless, he has 7. That is some numbers out there for the top 2 players from the side of team T69, but Orgless5, the map went in their favor, and each and every player really played it out quite well, and none other than Blackhawk. Man,
Oh,
you have to watch out for him, especially when we are heading over to the up next map, which will be the map of Bind. And Bind is one of the most perfect map as it does not has the mid control. I feel it's a very defensive side, but you did told right that one of the most balanced map. It's Ascent. I think after Ascent, it's none other than Bind.
yes, absolutely. And I would love to see Binks try out the Euro again once again. I keep focusing on that because he played Euro to perfection on this map. He made heads turn on Orgless5 whenever the fake out was sold. The opponent, the Orgless5 members, they were turning their heads to see if Binks has teleported behind it, behind him, and
Yep.
getting those and combining it with the flash. He got multi kills over there, and he was doing it perfectly. And looking at the ACS itself, he is the MVP technically in this match. 293 with just 19 kills. That shows that he has not just gotten kills, but he has made so much impact as a player and as a role of a duelist with using Yoru, which is amazing to see. But however, they did fall short. Not everyone played as equally as Binks did, and the members falling short. Apart 10 kills on Friction, a lot of miscoms. I think there was a lot of mistakes coming in from the controller as well, as we saw in the retake scenario as well, covering up that boat position up, and that caused the angles to be isolated. I'm not sure why they decided to play it that way, but I think that cost them a couple of rounds over there. And the stand-in Storm, even though he's a stand-in coming in at the last second, we gotta give credits to him of the performance he has given as a Sova on this map. He's gotten 16 kills and a lot of good revealing information from that owl drone, that recon dart. Very impactful plays from him. Well, as on the other side, Asite is the stand-in for today for Orgless5 as well. We might not see it on the numbers, but there was definitely a lot of impact with his boombots, with his satchels going in, displacing enemies, and there's your grenade, which did so much damage. And well, that was the first map summed up. Ascent going to Orgless5. It was their map pick. They did ban Heaven, which seemed like a very respectable ban towards Team 69, and they did that, and they did pick Ascent, which Team 69 likes playing as well. And it was a hard-fought battle. It was a 39 but scoreline. And next up, we are going to Bind. Both of the teams are pretty good on this map as well. Tarun, what do you think these players are going to play?
If you ask me, I would really, love to see again only a single duelist coming out, either a Jet, either a Raze, but Sky might be a crucial pick out there. Nonetheless, Breach could be counted for as well, but we didn't got to see Breach completely at this map. And we started off the map of Ascent asking that, well, we have none other than Bings and Sai, and both of them led the team from front foot, and they were the one who were the top fraggers, some of those top players from their team. And it's very important that once an IGL, once these players are performing well, boosts up the energy for the teammates as well, and that is completely a very big change which these teams could really add on to within themselves when they are playing up against at a very important match here at the AMD Sky Sports Grand Slam Valorant Phase 1. And well, Phase 2, so we already know that we have two of our most top two teams who will be representing our region and also are currently at the top two position in our region, Global Esports and Velocity, where the competition bar will completely be at a very high level. Let's hope that matches are just turning out to be more of a win-win situation, and even if any team out there loses, it's not a loss, as it's none other than the experience which they are gonna gain. And Team Orgless5, just a newly formed team, some roster changes, but they have not failed to deliver some right action, which is completely a surprising factor for us.
Absolutely. I'm really excited to see how these teams go further in this tournament. Well, it is a very tough battle, as we mentioned. South Asia's finest teams competing in this tournament. This is an invitational tournament, and I think they have invited the perfect teams for this tournament. Everyone's giving a big battle. We have seen every team play at least one match in this tournament, and I think every match has been pretty close, and we have seen quite a side from all the teams and quite an approach considering the new batch that has come in. We have to give credits for them on how they adjusted so fast, and for a tournament of such a big caliber and such a big reputation, and they are showing it to their fullest potential.
Well, they surely are, but now heading over to the map of Bind, I think the side switches is gonna be very important as to what would be the initial scoreline.
Mm-hmm.
What we got to see at the map of Asin, yes, it was an 8-4
Mm-hmm.
scoreline, and yes, the pistol round was also being lost. But almost turning it up to an equalizer, Team T69, they managed to break out to evenize the scoreline. And believe me when I say this, it's very difficult to actually go on an equalizer, especially if you have
Yes.
lost the double digit. It was almost an 8-4. Then we got to see an 8-5 completely. They were winning back-to-back
Mm-hmm.
rounds, and those economical deficit cycle was just turning out very bad for Orgless5. They were losing. Sai got the operator out, and well, that's what makes this argument way more interesting. As Sai would love to maybe play for a jet, might count on options with Sova as well. But still, let's see what's gonna happen as we are gonna dive into the map quite soon. What's your ideal playing five when we might see a map of wine? Because if you ask me, I would really prefer at this point of time Brimstone and a
Mm-hmm.
short controller out of all of his sky smokes. And because if you initiate towards the side of A, to be precise, there is a heaven area, there is a lamps, and most probably there is a default smoke which could help you at least get yourself in a post plant situation. Talking of which duelist, if you have Sai, yes, definitely a jet and a raise maybe. And being a sentinel, I think Chamber could really spice these overall things up for their team.
Well, we would love to see a chamber as well on this map. Quick rotations is the key on the defensive side, because the with chamber you can do that. You can just rendezvous one side to another, and even if you place it safe, you can get into aggressive position to a very defensive position. And well, chamber is an ideal agent, I would say. But on this map, I think I presumably think that we might see Sai on jet. And since Asite is playing today, we might see him on Raze, because we have seen how good of a agent he is on that Raze. On this map especially, he's pretty good at this. So I think we might see the double duelist come with it, because we did see on Ascent that they preferred it, and it would not be a surprise if they decide to do so again on Bind, which is Team 69's pick, by the way, and they will be starting on the defensive side, Orgless5. So Jet, Raze, probably a Brimstone, as a Brimstone is probably a greater pick on this map. considering the A site where you need to smoke out so many, and it's not really possible with Omen unless you have further or deeper control of A site. And Brimstone might be the fair pick, and we might see a Sova being played since the double duelist is being played, and you cannot really have the room for a double initiator. You might see a Sova come into play, being the greater option for an initiator, or maybe a
Yes.
Sky as well. I think Sky is pretty good as well, but it might not give you the concrete information, especially on the attacking side. If you're on the defense, you can do a lot with it. You can gain information, work on the map control and all. But on the attacking, if you don't get concrete information, as a Sova would give you, it becomes a bit difficult executing on the side. So Sova might be a greater pick here, and Sentinels, Chamber would be great, but Sage is also pretty good as well. We see a lot of players playing Sage on Bind, and it is so good on the defense, isolating some sides. And even if fast rushes come, that slow orbs are so handy. You can put it anywhere you want. That is something that is still greater when you compare it to Chamber's trademark. Getting that versatility to use it wherever you want, even on executions. So Sage is a great agent, but it's all down to players who are comfortable on what roles and what agents. And that would be my ideal pick for now, for at least Orgless5.
Ollie, and you talked about the Sage roll. I think they might really uh, count on the options, but just imagine you have Killjoy, you have none other than Chamber now in place as well. And these four Sentinels have been completely amazing. Yeah, I'm not ignoring the fact that we have Cypher as a very important pick, because he can use his, I'll say tripwires along with the trademark of, I'll say Chamber, from being anywhere out there in the map. But Killjoy kind of limited, but that's where the upper hand comes. And if you're even limited within the range, the Swan Grenade really happens to be one of those most damaging utility.
Absolutely.
If you get, some, I'll say, vulnerability out of an alarm bot as well, it doubles down your damage. So I think this could really be a very game-changing situation. But now, let's hope that what's going to be these initial, I'll say, side switches as well. Because if we talk about the side pick, either Team T69 would love to go for a first half attacking, and arguably, I think even so what Team Orgless5 wants to, because you would get a very good lead, you would get a very good dominating off, and once those momentum has been carrying forward, playing first at attacking and then at defending is way kind of preferred than playing at defense, as you might have a very good advantage, but at the second half, it also goes to your opponent team.
Well, absolutely. Well, looking at the brackets once again, it is a double elimination, best of 3 for all the matches. This is a loser bracket round 1. Orgless5 taking it out against Team 69. Team 69 a map down. They need to get 2 maps consecutively to keep their hopes alive in this tournament. Well, Orgless5, they will be looking to close out in this map itself, but since it is the map pick of Team 69, it is not going to be an easy battle. And we are really looking forward to watching this match go forward. Would love to see a third map as well, where Breeze has been picked. It's Team 69's pick actually, and Orgless5, they'll be starting on the defense there. So Breeze is still there. Breeze is a bigger battleground for Euro. I just want to see Euro again and again, since Bings has started playing it now. If you play it on Ascent, you can pretty much play it on any map. Well, I'm really excited to see that. That is the bracket.
That is surely the bracket, and just a small glimpse that our event here is being tuned into multiple languages, and that was small glimpse where you could also tune into a Hindi desk,
Hindi stream.
where we have none other than Captain Price and also Lucifer, aka Saman. Did I say Hindi, or maybe I mistakenly pronounced it to English? Well, it's a multi-challenge, but you can surely tune in at our Instagram handle as well, which is Sky Esports, and that's where you will get most of the announcement being in place. And yup, I would surely recommend you to check out Sky Esports Instagram handle, and also give a heads up to even see some of those most exciting upcoming events which are currently being lined up. And Daffy, I think the roadmap for 2022 is
Hmm.
pretty interesting. It's going to be one of those most iconic years for the esports, scenario to be built up because this whole ecosystem, imagine the level of contribution which not only this event, but even
Yes.
the sponsors, even each and every partners who have, just helped us get this whole event come into a possibility and has helped out each and every player to showcase off their skills as well through their favorite fans.
Well, absolutely. Sky Sports has been doing so much for the community, giving the platforms that any esports player would wish for, and they have been doing greatly at it. And from the recent collaboration as well, from different brands, they are giving a massive, massive boost to gamers and a big platform. And I think about time, 2 or 3 years in South
Yep.
Asia itself, not just India, South Asia itself, gaming and esports career just might be a mainstream thing, and we would love to see that happen. That is everything that we can wish for right now.
We could surely, count on that. And well, to all the fans as well who has tuned in, do shower your support to all the players out here who are really battling up against each other. Now is the map of bind. We did not, really saw
Mm-hmm.
one clean swipe out, even though we did talked about
Mm-hmm.
it that maybe the first half would be a very big nightmare. They completely shut down Orgless5 in
Mm-hmm.
some of those most eventual important round. And
Mm-hmm.
imagine what would have happened if, I'll say, our Killjoy Blackhawk wouldn't have been in that great form. Maybe tables would have turned. Those one crucial kills were being missed out from having the opportunity, having the crosses on the head, but whiff tight. And yeah, those whiff started off with Omen, where he got a good two kill. Imagine getting a gate crash and then getting first blood onto the side of race, then Sova, but missing a bit on the third because of the whiff, and especially not once but even twice we had the opportunity, but that resulted at a very, very fallback situation. And then they lost the 11th round and also the match point. And Team Orgless 5, they do have a very expensive and a very important firepower called none other than Baby Sai.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Operator in his hand and he playing on a jet. That was unbelievable. This guy is really being someone who is a big troublemaker. How do Team 69 even shut him down is a big question right here.
Well, once you see that operator on baby side, the best thing you can do as the opponent is not dry peek him. Don't walk into his crosshair because he's not going to miss that. He has been the best sniper in the country for the past 5 years probably. Even in the CS:GO days, we know we were scared to play against Sai because of his operator abilities, the sniper skills that he had. He was very quick on it, and he was very versatile on how he could play it. And well, even in this game Valorant, he has been great at it. Well, just looking at it, we will be diving into the second map, which is going to be Bind. Oh, finally a Bind. I can't wait to see the agent pickup. That is the most exciting thing that I'm looking forward to right now. I really want to see how these teams actually want to play it out. Are they going to try something different, or are they going to stick to something similar that they picked up? And just as we said, we are going to
Oh
see
no.
pretty much the same thing as we predicted. Well, at least my prediction on Orgless5 is correct, like completely correct. We are seeing a Sova, there's a Jet, there is a Chamber, and we do see Brim and Asite on that race. On the other side, Rafa is going to be playing that race.
What?
Please
Bings
give
with a
Binks.
brimstone?
Please give
He
me
is
the race.
like, we talk about the meta, we talk about the agent. This guy isn't meta, is within his own self because he is completely adapting these changes to his side, trying to make sure that he gets these initial pick to his favor. And having a brimstone is like using the stim beacon to the best. He eventually even has a very good advantage as there is an initiator. Not Sova, but a Sky agent. Sky as an agent, you are gonna see those regrowth ability heal the teammates, and that's very important. Raze is still being a common pick from both of these teams, so any pain chill damage, any damage from the side of the boombot as well, which is such an important ability just to get a simple intel above the area called Hookah. Well, the map of Bind within its own self, it's gonna be a very, very amazing map. And what is it? Are you calling in for a 1-all or else maybe a 2-0?
I think they should be a 2-0 easily for Orgless5. I really much like their agent pickup as well, but we do see Emo coming back into the roster. He is gonna take back his spot for Storm, and I'm surprised he's playing the Sky. We did see playing him. I think he was playing Sky, and it was Binks playing Raze on Bind the last time we saw them, but I guess they have changed things up. I really hope they have a game plan up for this, as they will be starting on the attacking side, and they need as many rounds as possible, especially on that attacking side. And well, I'm sure Orgless5, they are going to be ready for that.
Wow, this map is gonna be so more interesting than what we actually had. We got to witness back then in Ascent, but Team T69 getting their hands on the game. We are gonna start things off with the pistol and looking after the current situation. 5 ghosts from the side of Orgless5. They are really ready to pop heads, but counter to that, there are 3 short armors being purchased. Team T69, let's see what's gonna happen. Okay, there's a good alarm being raised. Brimstone is ready with his iPad to start some early sky smokes. And you talked about the speed, it's really something, but Baby Sai already so aggressive, but well. Oh my god, Trailblazer, that's a huge range out there.
And the execution, they're gonna commit to it. The Sky Smokes have been deployed, and Strix is looking to find someone through that smoke there. But Asite is the one that is popping up this time. He finds 2 already, and that shock dart is gonna do some damage for him. And Hacker, he is going to spot Binks towards this hooker position, as he does take Rafa down. The duelist for the team this time, who is playing Raze, and Baby Sai. The teleportation is going to find Binks now. 1v4, but Blackhawk is going to close it out for the team as they take the first round. Orgless5 on this defensive side. They look a bit shaky towards the A side, but there's no one to help Strix there. The smokes had been deployed, and well, Binks had to bail on that plan, and he used the teleportation immediately.
Player standing.
Whoa. Friction really tried his best to eventually get some pick, at least get the spike down, but those 300 additional creds wouldn't, come in their favor either, because there was a good positioning. Team Orgless5, now they have a very big upper hand when it comes towards the side of the economically conditions. Easy becomes a smokes criminal of his own. Sky Smoke, Baby Shah taking so much intel. Oh my god, he is not being spotted from being Strix, meanwhile somehow dodges it. Both the abilities from Duelist are going to be baited down. That's a signature ability, but well, let's hope that we are seeing some side changes as well. Sai, meanwhile, he just has a simple ghost, but Rafa takes down the clone raise. Easy, meanwhile, is there enough to build some pressure out there towards the side of the mid link area. And yes, the Spectre is now going to be picked down to a 1v4 situation. It's none other than Binks with his Reaver. Tried his best but couldn't get or land any damage to at least take down the armor which Blackhawk is currently having. Just 8 HP damage to his armor. I don't think he wouldn't even mind purchasing another one just for 8 HP and worth 100 creds.
Well, absolutely. The best they could have done is do some economical damage on the side of Orgless5, but Team 69 could not do much. That will make Orgless5 stick with the Spectres, but it does not look like it. There is an operator being invested early from Orgless5's side. Oh goodness, you don't want to see Sai on that operator. Look at that, and that is gonna give the information to Rafa and Team 69 that there is an operator into play from the side of Orgless5.
Well, Blackhawk taking some control. If there's a rendezvous just beside him, he might be lucky enough to really get that. Sai already has the operator out. This is gonna be so way more interesting. Blackhawk trying to reposition Jet versus Jet. Strix, now is the time for all of these timing, and wow, he gets a kill. Instantly gets taken down with the rendezvous. Could have really meant a lot with the run and gun. What is Asite doing? He gets a kill with his paint shell. The shock dart dealing a lot of damage. Sai was the one who was holding this whole site of B-log area. Does not even gives a good trade, but well, that's a very big investment of an operator. Either you win it or either you save it should be an option, I guess, for Orgless5 when it comes to these operator.
Well, absolutely. I just can't get over the run and gun that Asite just pulled out there, and
30
that
seconds left.
incendiary is gonna delay some push for Team 69 as Easy has found Rafa that satchel into the site. But however, he's pretty low. He needs to be very careful here. Still a 2v3 for them. However, the HP on Emo, he was not so great, and Sai was aware of that, and he is gonna close out the round for him. He was pretty aware, and he does it in style. No biggie for him as they take the third and the bonus round for themselves as... Wow. Team 69, back to an eco.
I mean, this was kind of so difficult as well. Like Easy with just 1 HP. Baby Sai coming in with an operator in the very third round. Team Orgless5, they are set to be on a roll when it comes to these first half, and most of the time we have seen this one thing from T69. Let it be the first half or second half, if they lose the pistol, if they lose the first bar round, they are definitely up for a thrifty. And is it gonna be a thrifty or no? Stinger's in play, he gets a kill, somehow gets traded off as well, but he is still surviving. And yes, there is another kill. A CT and Easy meanwhile gets evenized with a 3v3 situation, but Binks is still alive along with his team. Easy meanwhile at a very good cover, takes down Evo at this point of time. Friction traves him out. Is it gonna be an eco? Sai is still alive, and Sai is gonna be that one difference maker, that one agent with the heavy weapon whom we really gotta deal with. Rafa is down to a very low HP. They don't have Sky alive by the side, or the regrowth ability would have been quite helpful, but Hacker, there is no chance he misses this shot. There is a recon dart online for him, which is his signature ability. Yes, he uses it, and the first wave is gonna give a lot of intel. Imagine the level of chaos which has been created. They can't get out of the lamps area, they can't get out of those A-shot lamp entrance, and that's where they completely TP just by using the turret as a bait. Man, this is gonna be a close call, I feel.
Well, Baby Sai going with that teleport as well. Big risk actually with that operator.
Yep.
And Hacker is towards that defending spawn. He's gonna spawn one player towards the 2 position, but are they aware that Rafa is just around the corner, very close to Hacker? Playing it very patiently as Hacker.
What?
Is he a hacker right now? Finds friction through the wall. He's not aware of Rafa, in a very smart position. Good positioning from him, and he just might have found Baby Sai off guard there. And Baby Sai struggling a bit. And that cloud burst is gonna give a lot of space for Rafa to actually work with, and he is gonna clutch it out. Wow, what a round from Rafa actually. That round was completely Rafa. Getting those entries with Stinger. Oh goodness, how does that work in this current meta?
Down and out.
And even though, Hacker got those initial pick in a 2v2 situation, it was down to a 1v1 scenario. Rafa was down to 37 HP. Still, Sai might have, got on his classic pistol, and he did more damage. He left in 7 HP. He clutches it out, and wow. I don't know if it was a thrifty or not, but that was definitely a clutch. And the way we had a read that maybe if they lose the pistol, if they lose this initial bar round, they come up with a thrifty or else a round to evenize it to a 3-1 situation. I mean, not evenize, but yeah, that is still better. Just giving away those 1/3 of the round. Like if they win 4 rounds, meanwhile spots outside. There is a lot of heading on himself, and yes, Binks is instantly gonna trade him out. Okay, turret is gonna be on those hot fire area. SET meanwhile being responsible towards the side of the lamps, trying to get some intel, but this is still a close call as a 2-1 from Orgless5 is out now.
Well, early fights toward that shower position, contesting it so hardly. Both the teams, they won that shower control, and still Orgless5 are very much controlling it. Team 69 are struggling to get that space to execute towards the side, and Orgless5 are doing it perfectly. There is a showstopper available on both the rages, on both the sides, and both of them are gonna invest it as Rafa is looking to entry there, and he's gonna find Asite off guard towards that backside. He's gonna spot Hacker as well. Now Rafa is popping off with that raise. He's getting multi-kills again and again. The lockdown being invested as well, and Easy trying to be sneaky there, but he's gonna get punished by Binks, who spotted him immediately. Blackhawk with that door force is gonna find two. He just manages to dodge that detain, and now 2 bullets, 2 enemies. He's gonna spot Rafa, but Rafa is very quick on that trigger right now. Gets the 3rd kill for himself, giving the 2nd round for Team 69. And Rafa, oh goodness, it's good to see playing this raise actually. A lot of impact actually. Well, he's making it count for Team 69.
Well, if you talk about the Molotov, just imagine if that would have been deployed just 5 seconds earlier. It would have been difficult scenarios. Either he could have lost a lot of HP and a shield damage out there, or maybe he would have been detained. Either which ways, a 3-2 scoreline. Sai coming out with his Blade Storm, a fast execution, gets a very heavy intel of B long. There is some pressure which is being dealt, the trademark right there, to make sure that any entrance is being blocked or at least being triggered, so that Chamber knows and his team has been informed. Friction meanwhile down towards the mid lane, trying to hold off the side. And what is this whole gameplay coming in from the side of Team T69? Yes, it is a very important round, as it's going to be none other than, I'll say, an equalizer if they win it, and it is quite easy for them. At this point of time, Friction gets a kill but instantly get traded off. Meanwhile, down there, Evo is going to get a kill. Sai is now rewarded with a kill, and there are 2 Phantoms right for the headshot. A crispy back-to-back 2 kills, but the backstab from Strix. Backstabbers carrying backstab at this point of time, and the orbital strike for the side of Team T69 is one ray of hope where they could really shine themselves, or else maybe a thrifty round is as close as anything for now from Team Orgless5, I think.
Well, I really hope Team 69 does not allow that, as Strix is in such a great position. That entrance being blocked off immediately. And well, are they aware that Easy is on a long flank right now? Oh, he does manage to take Binks out, but Strix, very good, very smart play, deciding to stick with his teammate, is there to trade him out. And that is the 3rd round for Team 69. They are taking that A control in the beginning so much that allowed Orgless5 to actually push all the way towards B long. But the quick response from their team allowed them to trade it out to an equal battle. And well, they got the spike down and they played that trade game perfectly.
Well, it's a good start. I mean, we have already started 6 rounds and it's a 3-all. We have 6 rounds more remaining for the first half to win, and initially Team T69, they're doing a very, I'll say, appreciated job out there when it comes to the attacking situation. Hunter Sweetie for the side of Orgless5, 3 ultimates for Team T69 as well, which is none other than the Seekers, Blade Storm, and the Orbital Strike. Binks, my god, I'm so confused. He takes down his clone Brim, and that's a numbers advantage right there.
Well, that I think
I've got your
who's playing
trail.
Brimstone here? He was trying to get some information, but Binks was ready for that, as Strix has found Ashite and Baby Sai. Both the dudes going down for Team Orgless5. Well, 3-man advantage. Closes it down. Blackhawk is the one bringing it down now, taking out Strix and Binks, trying to close it out for the team. It is still a 1v3 for him. Does he have enough to work with right now? He is gonna spot the turret now, where teleportation is gonna come in. He's aware Emo is still around the corner. He does find him, and he's going for friction, as that trademark is gonna slow him down just a bit, but not enough. And friction, oh, he wants to play it safe. He's going all the way back to A side now, as there is still a lot of time left for him to get that spike down. He's gonna just put it down, and Blackhawk going on a long flank. Are they going to expect this longer approach from him? Rafa, is he ready for this? He is the one expecting towards A shot, but he needs to be very careful towards this shower position now.
Well, let's see. It's a 1v2 situation. Rafa, meanwhile,
Player standing.
at a very sneaky angle, but a 4K. Can really it be an ace clutch at this point of time? Blackhawk, he doesn't have much time to work with. Wait, what? Turret, this is the second time we are seeing this situation. He is gambling that maybe it's a CT angle, but Friction has already won the round for his team. There's still an alarm bot to work with, but let's see what's gonna eventually happen as Friction takes down Blackhawk. I do feel bad as Blackhawk did a very amazing job out there in that round, but a long round and still we see a 4th round coming in. It's a 3-4 scoreline and imagine only 5 rounds are currently remaining, Daffy.
Well, that was quite a round. And well, Team 69, now they are looking like an attacking side. Now this is the attacking side that we saw on Ascent as well, and they're doing pretty much the same. They're bringing the momentum back for them, and they are creating one for themselves. And well, what a round from Blackhawk there actually. And quick contest towards B here. A change of pace and change of setup coming from Team 69 as Bings with that Brimstone is taking the charge for Team 69 this time around. The Owl Drone is going to spot a couple players there, but is that going to hold Team 69 back?
Well, let's see what's gonna happen, because initially we do have Team T69 up with a single ultimate called the Blade Storm. Bings meanwhile one single Sky Smokes and one still Stim Beacon, but after so much of investment, still there is no initiation inside the site. 4 players together teleport all the way towards the side of B, and well, what we see next is them maybe going on towards short, and okay, they don't change their mind to go all the way towards B right now.
TP again?
But,
Oh my goodness.
Big brain, man, just epic.
This is a perfect call actually. This is what Bind is known for. Quick teleportation from A to B, B to A. That can bring the rotation so fast. But however, the defensive side, they can rotate quickly as well. And Emo is going to be going for the big play here as he blinds 2 players towards the defensive spawn. He gets 2 and now he's just down to Blackhawk once again. But Emo is gonna take the 3rd one for himself as he cleans out for Team 69, taking their 5th round. Now, attacking side, 5 rounds? That is insane.
That is completely insane at this point of time. If you look after the side of Strix, this was one of those most important kills, but wow, man, Emo and just the rendezvous could have completely turned down tables, but nonetheless, Team Orgless5, they are looking quite powerful at this point of time. Baby Sai with an operator, another inbuilt operator for the side of chamber, which is through the force. Emo meanwhile uses a very efficient guarded light as he blinds all the way towards the side of the corner area. Hacker meanwhile going to get some intel for the showers. Easy has his incendiary in his hand. Sky Smoke is still available, and Brimstone versus Brimstone near these showers have really been a thing out now.
What is Orgless5 doing? Just walking into a position that they have no control of. This is the 2nd time now, and well, Team 69 is there to punish them as that Trailblazer is gonna give information that Easy is also just around the corner. Blackhawk does have this total force available on him, and Strix is just gonna walk in. As soon as we saw that, we knew Strix was going down. There was no way he was going to miss it, but still, the numbers advantage now evened out. It is still a 4v4. It's pretty much a stack. Look at Orgless5. All 5 of the players towards A side, considering all the Sky Smokes that were invested from the side of Team 69, now they are rotating off towards B. And
30 seconds
Orgless5, they have no idea.
Meanwhile, if we talk about the side of Team T69, Spike is still moving all the way towards the side of B, and that's where they are gonna be rewarded with a clear side only of Team T69. As if you look after the situations which Team Orgless5 is in, they have the 2-4s, they have an operator, which is a right disadvantage if you ask me, especially in a retake situation as you might want to work on with this rifle.
Again.
Emo, meanwhile, uses his guarded lights, and there he goes once again, gets a kill onto the side of Blackhawk. That's a 2-4 ultimate being denied. Back-to-back kills comes in as Friction gets another headshot. Sai is down to very low HP, Easy gets dinked, and Sai is forced down to save the operator, and that's one big reason that you would not want to have two in build, or maybe, you know, even in a purchased operator with you, because in a retake it sometimes isn't that easy as it sounds. And that was one big reason that in a 1v2 situation, even though Sa was the lone player surviving, it was kind of difficult for him, but the quick scope didn't land. There goes the operator down, and this is a very, very good round coming in for the side of Team 69 yet again.
Taken down.
Well, the short calls coming in from Binks probably. Very crucial. The quick rotations. Orgless5, they were hoping that after that slow approach, after doing that execution, they might hold it back and come back to a... That was the gamble that they were ready to take. And well, Team 69, they were just gone. They were long gone towards B side, and they got a free side completely. And for a second, it looked like Emo was gonna do a similar thing that he did last round. And well, coming into this round, a quick approach from Team 69 towards B side this time. They have been doing this constantly, changing things up towards A and B. Well, this time, third situation, not so great. Now, let's try as they struggle to defend that B side.
Team Orgless5, well, kind of trying his best to deal with some damage. The wall bang is too good coming in from Rafa, but Team T69, they have a big advantage. It's Binks with his orbital strike. He haven't yet used it at this point of time. Gets another kill onto the side of Binks, and that's him being taken down. Binks, some BM out there against his, I'll say co-partner, like not co-partner, but yeah, the rival content creator side. But both of these players, they have been working too good, and this is just the first half. I would really be happy to see a 7-5 scoreline, because this really, you know, helps us know, Daffy, that might be a slight case there is that we are getting into an overtime if we go to a second half 2-2 situation.
Revealing area.
Well, anything is possible when both of these teams are playing at such a pace. Well, look at this once again. Similar approach coming from Team 69, and there is no answer from Orgless5. They are failing to defend this. Baby size operator might have been the answer, but he does take one. He's gonna get another one as well. He's still surviving with that 26 HP, and he's gonna walk into Nano Swarm, but he manages to survive just as he gets the fourth one through that sky smoke as well. Well, the answer was Baby Sai and the operator. It looked like he was just gonna take one, but he manages to take four in the end. An impressive performance right there from Baby Sai, and that is gonna change things for Team 69 now. Maybe they will try the A lobby control, the A showers control that they were initially doing, changing things back. But are they?
Well,
They are not.
yep. Oh man, this has to be an ultimate round, Afi, because if they don't have this as an ultimate round, where are those, you know, ultimates gonna go eventually? Strix with the Blade Storm, both the Blade Storm for even Strix and even Sire out there. Wings is also having the Orbital Strike. Meanwhile, there is a lockdown in place. Team T69 trying to play it a bit safe out there. Blackhawk, who used to position himself all the way towards the side of Hookah, has repositioned at B-Long, because there's always a chance that none other than Team T69 would come, show their presence, and just get TP'd.
Well, that is the great thing about Chamber.
Launching
Just
smoke.
rendezvous out of there and giving no information actually. You have information, but you don't have information. You don't know where the Chamber might have repositioned himself over. Blackhawk in a very sneaky position here, which gives you a great oversight of the entrance as well. And the ultimate being invested as well. Blackhawk, first contact, gets Emo there, gets Rafa as well, denying any entrance towards the B side, and a defensive ultimate coming from the side of Orgless5 as well. And look at Blackhawk, he is on a roll right now. He's found 4. But Strix, he does not want to
Whoa.
give up just yet. That could have been the third kill. Hacker just surviving that Phantom. But
Oh,
Baby Sai,
no.
he was waiting the whole time with that operator towards A. He was hoping that someone will teleport if it's not a B site hit. And he's been rewarded for that. And that gives them the 5th round in the first half. The scoreline being 7-5.
I'm, starting to just think as if all of our prediction, if it's kind of going right, where are we heading for? It's nothing but a very good situation where Team T69 are now at a defending side. Team T69 are the one who have to win it or else they are gonna get eliminated. So there's nothing to lose for them. They've already lost the first map. Now it's either you go big or you go home at this point of time, and being resetted in terms of the ulti points, in terms of the economical condition. We start off our second half with the pistol round. Binks tried to hide himself at a very corner angle. There are 3 players rushing towards the side of B long. Meanwhile, Asite now knows that he could backstab the people who are there at the wrong side. And yes, Asite does it at the very right time. Strix take down side, but Asite and Blackhawk back-to-back kills coming in their favor. Down to a 2v3 situation. Can this be a possibility for retake? X Friction has a short armor, has a swan grenade, but use it at an early point of time. And default positioning, there goes the paint shell plus with some boom bot, but the incendiary is gonna slow things down.
Out of charges.
Blackhawk doesn't have as much HP, but I think Team T69 wanna play it a bit fast.
Well, they certainly do, but there's such a great crossfire setup from
One
Orgless5
enemy
as
remaining.
Easy gets Rafa just walking into his crossfire. It's now just down to Friction and the turret available on him. He's gonna spot Asite, but Asite is gonna take the 3 kill for this round. He is looking very strong going into this half. Not much impact in the first half, but second half, it looks like he is an attacking raise.
6-7 score, and it is overall. And just imagine what's gonna happen next. It's nothing but an equalizer which we will be heading for. And then
enemy remaining.
once again, Team T69, even if they loses, either they would win the next one or else they would not lose only, because that's what they have been keeping in as a record. Marshall out for Strix. 1250 credits is what he will still be having. But look, after Team Orgless5, a technical pause. This technical pause, what is this sign? Is it some sign that maybe there is a change of pace? Maybe they are also kind of counter echoing so that they could also get those, Vandal and Phantoms in the very next round. Or maybe they are just trying to get one of those players, just some, air out there, some fresh air, or get some energy to make sure that the next half, which is going to be so much of a roller coaster ride within itself, they have to be prepared for that, or else I believe situation might not be that comfortable for them. As Team T69, you have seen them. You have completely seen them after losing 3-0 to winning it as a thrifty round, which was kind of a clutch, and then having a winning streak of 7 rounds in total. Out of 7 rounds, there was not even a single round where Team Orgless5 would have stopped them. So you would not want to give the momentum, because once Team T69 have, they are completely going to break it.
Well, absolutely. But right now, Orgless5, since they have taken the second pistol round in this map, that is going to be very crucial for them going forward in this app. They are on the attacking side and they don't want to be making any rookie mistakes so that they can create a momentum and actually close out this map and take this all 2-0. But Team 69, are they going to allow that this round? It is a technical pause, however. I think one of the players are facing an issue, and hopefully that will be resolved as soon as possible, because we do want to see this battle going on as soon as possible. We want to see it all. The scoreline is so close right now that it can go either way.
Well, I'm kind of concerned at this point of time. This is a similar situation, right, Daffy? Where yesterday at the third map, I'll say Team God Particles when had an amazing first half, were playing on their preferable map as well, and that too at a defensive side. But you can never underestimate, an attacking's power, especially when you're playing at a map like Bind. No mid control, but you can just keep TPing. Plus, a technical timeout being issued, which clearly states the team T69 has used one of their own timeout to help out the other team, maybe to make sure that they have enough time. And according to the rule books, there is a certain limit which teams have to obey. And Team Orgless5, they are really trying to get some issues solved. Well, what the issue is, our fellow admins are definitely gonna get itself checked. But for you guys, thank you everyone for tuning in. This is gonna be AMD GRANDSLAM Valorant Phase 1 broadcasted, partnered by none other than Loco, brought to you by our gaming partner Logitech and gaming rig partner Chroma. And just as I say that, we are right inside the game.
A quick fight towards shower from Rafa. He does have the sheriff available. He has invested into this round. Orgless5 quickly towards the A-shot position. Easy and Hacker, they're going to find one each for themselves. As Asite gets into a very good position with the help of his satchel as he finds Rafa. And Asite, was that through the smoke? It seems like it was, as Binks goes down as well, keeping Streaks all alone with the Marshal. All he can hope is do some economical damage, and he's gonna spot one. He is gonna take down one as well. Asite is also tagged down to half his HP, and well, Orgless5, they want to take down Strix as soon as possible, and Sai is the one. What's the hookup position that is going to take down Strix and give them the 7th round, evening and out. The scoreline 7-7. It's all tied up now.
It's all tied up at this point of time. And there comes the first buy round. There is a winning streak of 4 rounds for the side of Team Orgless5 as well. But now is where things are gonna be completely, kind of change. We have often seen Team T69, they lose a pistol round, Daffy. They kind of, get those, semi buys. Like it can be the ability, it can be the marshal, which forces them to play in a short armor, and eventually results in that they just do not able to capitalize on a very big advantage where their opponents are on a bonus. If Team T69 loses it, I won't be surprised, as they are still on a short armor. Hacker, if you see him, has used his all-round, is having a Spectre. Team T69 positioned in a 3-2 split, 3 at the side of B and just 2 players, which is going to be Rafa holding this upper generator box area. BBC trying to just get some intel, but there's no intel being given yet from Team T69. What is Team Orgless5 having in mind? They TP, but well, what? Sai gets TP'd all the way towards the side of a teleportal. That's unfortunate.
Looks like a mistake over there as he makes his way towards B, and he's gonna be back to help his teammates out. It's still a 3v3 for them, and the spike is still not down. It is down. Well, Rafa!
Okay.
Easy was trying to be sneaky all the way back, and Rafa was ready for that. Now he's going to be facing Baby Sai, as Baby Sai is going to have this better Spectre there as he takes him out
Last player standing.
immediately. And now Binks taking down Blackhawk, putting Baby Sai in a 1v2 scenario, but Binks, he's going to be crispy with that Vandal. The new Vandal just gives him better aim right now. And well, that is going to be the bonus round gone for Orgless5. Could not really take it, but a lot of damage done. So they should be still happy going into the gun round that will be following up
Down
next.
A.
Sit still.
Oh my god. Team T69, they have won eventually their buy round, which was a very important, to be honest.
Left.
But nonetheless, Team, I'll say Orgless5 also had a very decent amount of damage. 2 players forced down to play on the short armor. Strix comes up with a Blade Storm. That is kind of surprising, because you would really want to save that maybe to some other days. But what? Rafa drops down with a, I'll say, judge, and he gets instantly traded out. It's a very gamble. It's like a suicidal place if you be or play near to those side. Meanwhile, a good orbital strike, but Binks gets away with that. The Vandal bullet trace is so efficient that Easy takes down his clone Brim, and that's an ultimate down from the team, which means only 3 players are surviving. Team T69. Blade Storm are the only ray of hope. They could have been, but friction gets a kill at a very important time. Strix loses out each and every dagger from the Bladestorm ultimate. But now down to a 2v3 situation. Let's see what's gonna happen. Evo takes down Easy, brings a slight disadvantage to his opponent. But in a 2v3 situation, a retake nonetheless could be possible because they are too close to get their ultimates online.
Swarm grenade out.
That's perfect timing from Friction towards the nanoswarm is gonna delay the A shot push for him, and he is still managing to keep that U-Haul's control for now. The spike is however down. The HP not so great on Hacker, which might be evening it out, even though there is a man disadvantage for Team 69 going into this retake. Asite in a very smart position. It is not, however, planted for him as Hacker finds one. Emo is there to trade him out, and the quick guiding light is gonna find Blackhawk off guard, but Asite, he was also very off guard. Very good positioning from him. And Emo was predicting that, but Asite on this map right now, he is popping off, and there is no killing him right now as he closes it out. Closes out the round for Orgless5. It looked very scary for a second. It had the man advantage in the beginning, but somehow Team 69 evening it out. And well, that is the scoreline evened.
Man, those headshots are so satisfying to actually witness. These players are just having a precise crosshair placement. If we talk about the reflexes, that's just a cherry on top. And Friction, meanwhile, it still haven't yet deployed his alarm bot. Might be wanting to use it to avoid any sort of backstab situations. Team Orgless5, they have the Psy-brain advantage for their team, which in attacking side is a big advantage because you know Psy keeps each and every read about each and every agent playing at each and every corner of the map. And well, see, here comes the Psy-brain. Meanwhile, wait, what? Okay, there was a TP, but instantly we got Rafa who got hunted down, and Blackhawk. I'll say an efficient positioning, I mean, for him.
Yes, absolutely. Blackhawk was ready for that, as I mentioned. And well, Asite trying to fly in and get that kill, but Emo is going to deny that. But now, a 1v4, there's not much Friction can do here with that Marshall. Does have the turret available on him if he decides to do some economical damage to the shield available on the side of Orgless5, but that's not going to be much. He's gonna spot two of them. Do they think he's going to be saving? Oh, he's definitely going to try that now.
Oh, yes.
But easy. He has been given the duty of not leaving the site, and he was very much aware that this might be a ninja defuse scenario. And well, denying that. But Friction, there was probably a ray of hope for him when he saw two players moving their ways toward defense spawn. Well,
That's bingo.
is he denying that? And the lead, finally, for Orgless5.
You know, this is where Yoru happens to be such an amazing pick, as you might make yourself look as if you have TP'd. You can use your DK, which is none other than the face off, but well, it was about the round 17. We are now at round 18. 9-8 scoreline. Is it yet another equalizer? Because the economical conditions kind of look unstable. Spectre is up. There goes the showstopper. And yes, okay, Asite kind of did not spot it off his clone race, but still, backstab might come in, and well, Rafa gets back-to-back 2 kill. He has the ultimate. 3k was quite close, but he might want to reload. Chamber has the 2-4 online, so at any point of time, Orgless feels as if they have the side under their control and they have a post-plan situation. The 2-4 ultimate could really slow down the pace which currently Team T69 is having in their favor. Meanwhile, Friction still available towards the side of A right now. He gets spotted, and now how is he gonna manage to get himself out? One single kill could get and trigger the lockdown ultimate online. Hacker goes for the plant of the spike, and now this is the 4v3 retake where Team T69 has to really retake, or else it's the 10th round for Orgless5.
Well, absolutely, but they are in a very tight position right now, and they do not have the numbers advantage either. And that pain shells, is it gonna push Sai out? Yes, it does. Rafa is gonna find the third one for himself. Hawk still keeping the dream alive for them as Rafa finds 4, and Blackhawk and Rafa, but it is Blackhawk that comes out on top. It went back to a 1v1. Oh, Team 69, the trades. Blackhawk, this guy, I think he's my favorite clutch master after today. This guy just manages to pull it off again and again and again, even in the last map and even coming to this map. Oh goodness, the trade game from him. And Rafa, oh, he could have had his ace as well. That was a smart move with the satchel going wide, but oh, the aim on Blackhawk, he was ready for that.
He had 3 paint shell being used, Shafi. 3
Yes.
total paint shell being used in that round. A single level of patience might have been used as he was down to 62 HP. Paint shell would have done with 13 more HP, or else would have forced him out to reposition and go near Rafa. But Rafa, nonetheless, in these panic situations, you do not know what the efficient decision is. But Rafa, this time his decision of using a judge is being quite efficient in the first team to get the numbers advantage back after losing it.
Oh, Emo, you can't be struggling like that. You landed that guiding light perfectly. But Rafa is there to help him out. It's back to a 3v3. It's so amazing to see the trade game still coming in, no matter the economy going on for both the teams. Still a 3v3 and a defending lockdown for Killjoy. Friction is going to invest that, but the ultimate being invested from Brimstone, that is going to deny it. The orbital strike so comes in handy in such scenario, being the perfect counter for Killjoy's ultimate. Friction does go down, and Rafa comes out again. He's gonna find 3 for himself, but Easy is there to trade him out immediately. And now Emo, he does have a Vandal for himself this time around. He does have 1 guiding light as well. He can gain some information if he decides to do so, but can he clutch it out? As he's gonna swing onto him and take down Emo, taking the 11th round for Orgless5. They are just 2 rounds away to making their way forward to the round 2 of the lower bracket final and eliminating Team 69 from this tournament.
Oh my god, this so much, so much really reminds me of the last map of Ace, and similar situation. They have the 10th round, they have everything under control unless the 10th, 11th round triggers for Team Orgless5. Imagine whenever, since we have head over till this second half, we have been totally, witness, I guess, not less than 7 rounds, and out of that 6 have been already won from Team Orgless5. Instead, only 1 single round, and wow, Strix going on with that shot onto the side of Blackhorn. That's a clutcher down. That's a very big hope for Team T69 to secure it. There's 1 single ultimate which could help them out in a post-plant situation. But right now, Team Orgless5, if they lose it, the economical conditions do not say that they might lose another one. They might come up with a bye. And well, let's wait and watch what's going to happen in the later half of this round.
Well, a pretty slower approach from Orgless5 this time around, as they are a man down. They are desperately looking for a pick because Baby Sai, he has decided to take this operator. And when you're playing that operator as a duelist, you want to slow things down. You cannot rush in and take those duelist fights. And since they are a man down, they want to even it out before executing the side. They are not going to get any information. It's down to the last 30 seconds of the round. The Sky Smokes are going to fade out. Emo and Rafa available still towards the B side. The smokes are going to come in. The orbital strike is being placed as well, but Asite is going to walk into the depth hands of Emo. And Emo is going to spot Hacker as well. And a clean round coming from Team 69. A flawless one, actually.
Nice. A nice positioning being built up from the side of Team T69, and this is like a very big learning, as now you will see Org5 getting each and every intel that there is a cubby area which you have to really take care of. Maybe now that's not the positioning which Team T69 can count for. Brimstone using the stim beacon to his advantage and getting a good momentum right there. Repositioning has been there, as we can see Binks playing all the way towards the side of Hookah at this point of time. Killjoy now rotated towards A side. This is where Rafa and Killjoy, they are, I'll say damaging abilities comes inside the play. If they come towards the side of A, both of these agents' ability could be quite devastating. The Swan grenades have been deployed. There goes the paint shell. They have enough time for rotations of their teammates so that they also come inside the side and make sure that there is some delay or some possibility to get an early retake situation. Rafa takes down Easy. That's a good opening, and that's got to be none other than Team T69 to get and fight for their double-digit scoreline. If Team T69 loses it, this is nothing but the match point. But there comes the party, which is none other than the showstopper. But what? Binks gets shuts down with the tour de force. Friction, meanwhile, with the run and gun Spectre. Let's see if he's able to clear these initial angles. But Strix and Emo, how did they manage to get the numbers advantage against their favor? But still, somehow, each and every player giving their part, ruling out their rule, and now is where playing quite effectively in terms of their roles. They are gonna secure that second round. I mean, probably the third, I'll say, in the second half, because if you look after these initial situations, we have totally witnessed almost 9 rounds, out of which 6 were being won from Orgless5 and only 3 for Team T69.
Well, absolutely. What a round coming in from Team 69, giving up the A site, playing that retake scenario, and still managing to retake it flawlessly. That was a gun round
Get out of
for
my way.
Orgless5, and now it's not looking good for them. They are in an economical crisis. They don't have enough creds to go in, but Baby Sai does have the Blade Storm available on him. He's charging all his way forward. Even with the lower HP, he does find Friction off guard towards the back of side, and that will be the side given up. That is the man advantage that they needed going to this post-plant scenario. The spike not coming in just yet. As we mentioned it, Blackhawk is going to put the spike down. Now, they need to play it very smartly in a very good position. U-Hauls is a position that you might not want to be giving up on. That is exactly what's been done. But Strix is there with that shorty. He's going to take him down, and Rafa is going to find Hacker that trades out side. But Asite, easy, going huge. And now it's Emo in a 1v2. He does take one down. He has spotted Asite. Asite forcing that fight. That was very unnecessary, putting Blackhawk in a very weird position. Now he is going to be forced to pick, but he is reading this perfectly. Blackhawk, this is the clutch meister. I'm telling you, he's my favorite after today. He knows. He has so much experience. He knows that was a fake defuse, and well, Emo.
The what? Thrifty?
Well, that is a
Match
thrifty.
point.
Man, I'm out of words. I'm out of words for Blackhawk. What has he even done? The level of image, the level of respect being given to Emo. Just look at the round. Sai trying to save the day. Emo and Strix. This pick was very important, but Emo, 150 HP is what he started off the round. He got 1 kill. He got another kill, and still 150 HP is what he was having. Might be a half defuse, and then a gamble to just repeat would have been a case, but in this pressure situation, Blackhawk completely know how to just calm himself down, and the call-outs were phenomenal. Match point is up, and now Team T69 starting to give the early rotations already by just bait out, reacting on those bait outs of just some abilities being used from the side of Orgless5.
Absolutely a change of plans this time from Orgless5. They are being gifted the side constantly. I'm not sure if Team 69 is actually, this is their game plan, playing retake on both sides. They should be contesting someplace, but Blackhawk on that superior position is gonna find one, but Strix is there to trade him out. Strix on that operator in this retake scenario, very difficult to play around, but well, getting that information. Asite with that quick kill, he gets third, and he's gonna get the fourth as well, and close out the map for Orgless5 as they are your winners in this matchup. Oh my goodness, it looked like it was going to be a fair retake, but Asite had different plans. As soon as he got the first kill, the showstopper being availed on him, there was information that there was one more guy around that smoke, and the follow-up 2 kills. Oh my goodness, how do you do that?
Wow, man, Sai leading his team and the entire team. I mean, especially Blackhawk, each and every player. What a player. And Asite, what a amazing performance from his side as well. He has been completely, a beast out there when it comes to him with his agent and his abilities to give the damage with his utilities, and also use the firepower as well quite precisely. 4K to shut down Team T69, and that's gonna be a nation from the Grand Slam Phase 1 of Valorant presented by AMD SKYESPORTS. Well, things are quite interesting at this point of time because yesterday we did saw none other than Team Valor actually winning out the lower bracket, surviving it. Then now we are gonna see none other than Team Orgless5, but they won't be facing each other out there. Tomorrow is where the fun is gonna get just a bit more additional, as there is nothing but Team Enigma, Team Snakes, each and every team like Exceeli Esports as well, who will be competing up against each other. And obviously the pressure is kind of off, as even if they lose it, they will get a second and a last chance, as this is a double elimination out there in the lower bracket.
Well, absolutely. Taking a recap to this map, what a match. It did look like it was gonna go either way up until the end, where Blackhawk, oh goodness. If Blackhawk didn't have clutched that, if he hadn't read Emo's play there, that could have been a closer match. Maybe Team 69 could have closed it out. But what a play from Blackhawk. This man is, he's earned the next level respect, from me at least, today. The way he has been reading the information, the way he has been fragging out of his mind, that was just insane. And quickly looking at the first half, in the beginning, it did look like Orgless5, they had a good game plan defending that site. They had the initial rounds as well. But after, it was a Rafa show. This clutch, things changed up. The momentum shifted so quickly towards Team 69 that they managed to take 7 rounds in that half.
And bind map, things really started to change as per you count on your ultimates. The ultimate being utilized, especially in these end rounds, were phenomenal. Sai first trying to do some damage with the Blade Storm. In the second half, completely Team T69. We have seen both of these teams playing well in their respective half. There was a point where it was almost an 11-10 scoreline. The comeback was not just amazing, but they were down to 7-5, then up to 11-8, where we finally saw Team T69 making some comeback happen. But this round especially was so crucial. Like each and every time a 1v1 situation and patience game from the side of an attacker really happens to be an outplay. The rendezvous and the chamber was being utilized at its best when you talk about the defending side. Maybe in attacking not that much, because he has the peekers advantage with the 2-4s. He had even the rendezvous and the trademark to work with his own self, and whenever we saw him playing in the second half, while they were kind of attacking, things weren't that easy for him, as he used to be the one who would go and play along with his initiator. Never ever we got to see him in those clutches scenario, but when we did saw Blackhawk, it was that he didn't do anything and break the round for himself.
Well, absolutely. When you look at this Blackhawk, the previous round, it was side that defended B side completely by his own, getting 4 kills in that round, and then there was Blackhawk that denied the momentum for Team 69 there. Because if that hadn't happened, 3 rounds that Orgless5 had gotten in the beginning, it could have been an easy 9-3 half for Team 69. But it was a Blackhawk show and Sai show at the last 2 rounds of the first half. And the next half, I think the confidence was completely back on the side of Orgless5. They took the initial 2 rounds. They managed to do a lot of damage on the bonus round as well. And when they went to the next round, they leveled it up again. And well, rest is history. We close it out.
Yep. I mean, yep, we did expected an overtime to come in, but yep, this play was so good. And after losing this point of time now, team, I guess, Orgless5 were completely knowing each and every corner, and that's why they avoided to choose B side over A. Then each and every execution was all about A. You will see next few rounds when they are completely going all the way inside the A side. Meanwhile, Rafa with the judge was amazing, but imagine if some kills would have come in from the side of Sky after such a efficient use of the guarded light. But well, Team Orgless5 completely making sure that they are all over the map. But Strix with an operator, maybe if we could have seen him a bit earlier, things would have been completely different. And see, back-to-back 2 rounds, which they did one after 11-8. was Westrix had an operator, and these operator plays are something which really happens to be so much important if you choose to play a bit aggression over anything. But Blackhawk, man, the respect which he got at this round was phenomenal. With this round to end things off in style, it was none other than Astai who did play too well. First with the kill, got his ultimate, used it, and then back to back two headshots, and that was none other than Team Orgless5 winning the second half and giving an epic comeback in the map number 2 and closing BO3 to nothing but a 2-0 scoreline.
Well, absolutely. What a show from them. Well, we at least our predictions were right. Orgless5 taking in 2-0. That's what we predicted, and they have managed to do so. First map they did play with the stand-in. However, Orgless5 they both played both the maps with the stand-in, which was Asite. First map he was not so impactful. However, the second map and that last round especially, oh god goodness, that was good for him. And that closed out the map for him. Well, looking at the score line, 13-10 was the score line. It was very close. It looked very close, and it could have gone either side. But look at the score on Blackhawk: 309 ACS, 26 kills, and 5 first bloods. You can't tell me Chamber is not a duelist now.
Surely, man, and especially if you just look after the ability usage which he have shown. Oh, that's not something where he had got many kills out of his headhunters or maybe the two they force. Nor he was the one exit fragging at that point of time. He was the one with the clutch. He was the one with a very important firepower to his team. And the way he has been presenting himself in the very defensive side for both of these map, I'll say. Even in previous side, we saw Chamber being such an important pick in the previous matches when we witnessed Bind. Now also in the map of Bind, it was not Killjoy. Rather, we got to see Blackhawk playing on Chamber rather than any other initiators where Killjoy might have been the option. Brimstone with Bings completely turned him down, turned out his momentum because he loved to play with his abilities. He's someone who is more of a damager out there than rather than a controller, controlling the site, maybe holding each and every angle and helping team initiate. Sky had an impeccable contribution out there, being an initiator for the start of team T69. But well, 309 average combat score. How do you even deal these many number? Especially when two of the most amazing teams out there are up against each other, fighting for their survival in this tournament. And well, this is gonna be it from both of these teams. Team T69, unfortunate for them that they got eliminated at this early point, but the level of intensity and the level of competitive bar which is being raised is completely to Sky at this point of time, and that's why Sky Esports always coming up with these initial and consistent tournament to make sure that the ecosystem in a Indian esports scenario is being totally witnessed by our audience. And well, this is just the phase 1. Phase 2 is just being awaited with two teams out there waiting and seeing all of the teams compete up against each other and just check out the level of competition and the level of adaptation with these guys have already shown within themselves.
Well, absolutely. Well, closing out that map, we still have a lot of matches coming up in the next week. We do have tomorrow, I think it will be Enigma versus Exceeli. I'm really looking forward to it. We could not really see them battle it out during the VCC, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, they were in a different group, but both the teams very strong. Bangladeshi team, Exceeli, they had so much to show in the VCC, and I'm really excited to see how they are going to play with this current patch as well. They put on quite a show when they faced Team 69, but now the battle with Enigma, that's where they'll be tested to their fullest.
That's where they really have to showcase themselves that what can Antidote bring inside the table after seeing the nerf which Astra has been implemented on. We have Exceeli loves to play Kaio, but now maybe you even can count on for a breach at this point of time. Each and every player, none other than, if we talk about Rexys, all the players from Team Enigma, they are quite talented, quite skilled, and Team Exceeli Esports nonetheless they have to really perform at the peak to keep those advantage of being inside the upper bracket alive, because that will, I think, just be one step away from getting inside the upper bracket finals, where even if they lose, they'll have a second chance to fight, and in case they win, that's a finals for sure, which would help them even get inside the phase 2 where Team Velocity and none other than Global Esports are already awaited.
Well, absolutely. That is going to be the phase two, which will begin at the end of this month and will go on till the first week of April. And there will be a prize ceremony as well from Sky Esports
Wow.
during this lockdown time, this COVID scenario. It has done a lot of limitations to the esports scenario. No LAN events either, but Sky Esports is gonna make that happen. There's gonna be a prize ceremony as well, and there might be a LAN event soon as well, of what we have heard. And well, a perfect platform from Sky Esports here. And well, as we talk about it, phase two, it's going to be global esports and Velocity Gaming that will be waiting for the top two teams from this phase one. Who are your favorites? Who do you think is going to make it to that phase two?
I think this is such a hard no thing which you have asked. Not just us. I mean, like I said thought for a while that yeah, fans would be the one who might be showing their support. But me, I mean, this is such a difficult question. Just waiting for that one day where in the Epic LCQs we get to see both of our teams actually, making us all proud, which they have already done. Just I'll say representing our country, and that's not just once, but I'll say twice. But well, back to here in the fixtures, Team Orgless5 managed to make it up till the round number 2. As you mentioned, Exceeli versus Enigma is what we are going to witness. And interestingly, we have Team Snakes as well, who are gonna be paired up with Team Truerippers. In case Team Truerippers manage to lose out, they are gonna face off Team Valor. God Particles were being defeated from 2 Particles. True Reapers did defeat God Particles. I'm really sorry for the misword, but that's what Team Valor also did yesterday. Meanwhile, if you look after the side of the round number 3, which is gonna be none other than the winners coming up from the upper bracket, that's just one step beyond excellence, which is gonna help them out to get another chance and then maybe up till the grand finals.
Well, let me tell you this. If I were to pick up the favorites that will go into the phase two, yeah, I think by paper it should be Enigma and Team Snakes, considering they were the
Wow.
VCC representatives and they were playing phenomenal even on that stage. So much pressure. But looking at the current patch that has been placed recently and how versatile teams can be, I think the most versatile team that can be is still Enigma, with a lot of experience on the team. They even have a coach from abroad that can bring so much knowledge into the game, and they have so much experience even dating back to the CSGO days. And even Team Snakes is one of those teams that has so much experience. But the individual plays that are coming from the other teams, Exceeli Sports, Truerippers, even Orgless5 today, we saw how impactful all the individuals are. And Team Valor that we saw yesterday play out against God Particles, it was so impressive to see. When you see all that and account that, it is very difficult to say who is going to make it to phase 2, but I think it's probably the favorites Enigma and Team Snakes going forward, but I really hope to see an underdog team making it all the way to the phase 2, because they have been working so hard and they deserve it all.
Truerippers are on the verge of actually making this happen at this point of time, because practically what we are seeing is that, see, Team Truerippers, they have already defeated God Particles. They have been undefeated so far. Yes, we are saying this on the basis of our winner, these brackets which were being started off here, but let's wait and watch what's gonna happen tomorrow and day after tomorrow, as we will be getting the results of both the upper bracket teams out there. I am not really sure about Team Exceeli Esports, that they might get up against Team Orgless5 in case they lose, and Team Orgless5 having this agent composition, having this level of strategical gameplay, there might be a slight chance that from the lower bracket, Team Orgless5 does makes it up till the round number 3 as well in the lower bracket. That's where any losing team from maybe Team Enigma or Team Snakes would be up playing against them. But man, believe me when I say this man, these fixtures is gonna be very interesting as the day passes by. And daily, you guys can also tune in to the Sky Esports channel to make sure that you do wanna hit and turn a red button gray, which is the subscribe button, and do not forget to hit the like button as well, as this would really be one massive support from you guys as an audience as well. And follow us on our Instagram socials as well, as all the major announcement, all the timings and all the updates will be updated to you guys on a regular basis. So, well, with that thing being said and done, this is gonna be it, guys. Thank you everyone for tuning in. And Daffy, we had an amazing day. Tomorrow, sharp at 1 p.m., it's Team Exceeli versus Enigma. Both of them fighting at the upper brackets, fighting for their survival, and any losing team will be dropped down to the double elimination lower bracket, and that is something which none of the teams here want to really be in.
It's absolutely. This is a best of 3 once again. The timing will be the same, so we do expect you guys to tune in for a big showdown. It is the Bangladeshi top dog, Exceeli Esports, going against Enigma Gaming, the team that is on the rise to actually take the throne of South Asia, and how they have been growing in the past couple of months. So it is going to be very exciting to watch. Looking really forward to this. I think we'll be on the caster desk tomorrow as well to cast this amazing game. So that should be great. It should be quite an experience as well. I really hope we get to see 3 maps tomorrow at least. Both the teams are very good on it. It will be exciting to see how the veto goes as well, as and along with the Asian pickups. Yeah.
Yeah, as we talked about that, antidote, no Astra at this point of time. So let's see how is he gonna opt for and adapt the current situation of the meta changes, especially being quietly based for a controller. It's not just about Astra, it's even about Viper. And when we see Team Enigma, they love to play Icebox, they love to play Breeze, might ban Fracture, but Team Exceeli nonetheless, they are someone who might be prepared for it. Agent pick, vetoes, all the results is something which really starts things off and makes the overall match much more interesting. But with that, tomorrow is one of the big day for both the teams, as they will get a clear picture as to where they currently stand at the tournament, and are they getting to be selected for the phase 2 where already the top dogs are waiting or no.
Yes, absolutely. That is something we will be looking forward to. Well, if you as you mentioned the map picks and all, I am really excited to see if Icebox will be played, considering the recent changes that have been made. And we have seen teams play Icebox so much in the past, and Icebox is something we would love to see. Let's hope any of the teams can actually pick it up. Well, that being said, that is going to be it today. There are any last words for the viewers out there?
Well, I've already said my part that you do not want to forget to miss on to any update, and this is just get it started. Grand Slam presented by AMD SKYESPORTS. This is just the Valorant phase 1, and there is a very, I'll just give a hint as you gave a hint as well, that a very good upcoming announcement coming up. So, which game is it related to? Is it related to your favorite esports game, or maybe somewhere where you could really get an opportunity for yourself to be in as well? So, you would want to really participate, and also follow us on our social handle. Meanwhile, we'll see you guys tomorrow at 12:30 as our next day is going to begin. And as the day progresses, competition level has really grown into something else. So have a great evening ahead. It's going to be me along with my talented co-caster Daffy signing off, and we'll see you guys tomorrow afternoon.
Goodbye.
kill.
Annihilated.
Last player standing. 30 seconds left.
Turret out. Aw, thought you'd try harder.
Nowhere to run!
You're done. Time to jump.
Swarm grenade out.
Player standing. One enemy remaining.
It is done.
Got him. Jets grounded. One down.
Player standing.
Goodbye. Ah.
On the money.
I would apologize to them, but alas.
Ouch!
Down and out.
Stay down.
One enemy remaining.
Wait for me. Deal with my call. Boom.
Too fun.
Perfect accuracy. Blocking sight. Give me those. Nailed them.
Down you go.
Party's over.
And 4.
Blinded.
One enemy remaining.
Taken down.
Pull back. Blinded. Good. Precise. Oops.
One enemy
Brimstone
remaining.
down. Stay down.
Away with you.
One enemy remaining.
Deal with my call.
Down A.
Sit still.
Thirty
Headshot.
seconds left.
Got one. Knocked him. Enough. Pull back. Blinded.
Standing.
Got 5. That's bingo.
Here comes.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
Satchel out. Deal with my. Three for.
Okay, time for approach.
Enemy kill.
Nowhere to run!
remaining.
Taken out.
Next time.
Dead.
Bye.
Idiot.
Night night. Blocking sight. Get out of my way.
One enemy remaining.
Nice. That sucks.
Over here.
The dust.
A fine death.
Cancer. The dust.
Stay down. See ya.
One enemy remaining.
Nowhere to run!
Powers.
One enemy remaining.
Good. I got the spike.
One enemy remaining. Blood.
Calculated.
Traveling.
30 seconds left.
One down. Headshot.
One enemy
Enemy
remaining.
kill.
Surprise.
Down A. Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
No man.
Idiot.
See ya.
One enemy remaining.
Don't mess with me.
One enemy remaining.
Die.
Bye.
One enemy remaining.
Enemy kill.
Annihilated.
Last player standing. 30 seconds left.
Card out. Aw, thought to try harder.
Nowhere to run!
You're done. Time to jump.
Bomb grenade out.
Player standing. One enemy remaining.
It is done.
Got him. Jets grounded. Jets grounded. One down.
Player standing.
Goodbye. Ah.
On the money.
I would apologize to them, but alas,
Stay down.
One enemy remaining.
For me. Deal with my pop. Oh.
Too fun!
Perfect accuracy. Blocking sight. Give me those. Nailed them.
Down you go.
Party's over.
And 4.
Blinded.
One enemy remaining.
Taken down.
Hawk out. Blinded. Good. Precise. Oops.
One enemy
Brimstone
remaining.
down. Stay down.
Away with you.
One enemy remaining.
Deal with my call.
Down A.
Sit still.
Thirty
Headshot.
seconds left.
Got one. Knocked him. Enough. Hawk out. Blinded.
Standing.
Got 5. That's bingo.
Here comes.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
Satchel out. Deal with my. Draper.
Okay, time for approach.
Enemy kill.
Nowhere to run!
Give me those back. Buried. Taken out.
So close.
See ya. Here comes party.
One enemy remaining.
Taken out.
Next time.
Dead.
Bye.
Idiot.
Night night. Blocking sight. Get out of my way.
One enemy remaining.
Nice. That sucks.
Over here.
The dust.
A fine death.
Cancel.
remaining.
Nowhere to run!
Powers
One enemy remaining.
good. I got the spike.
One enemy remaining. Clutch.
Calculated.
Straffling.
30 seconds left.
Headshot.
One enemy
Enemy
remaining.
kill.
Surprise.
Down A. Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
No man.
Idiot.
See ya.
One enemy remaining.
Don't mess with me.
One enemy remaining.
Die.
Bye.
One enemy remaining.
Enemy kill.
Annihilated.
Last player standing. 30 seconds left.
Turret out. Aw, thought you'd try harder.
Nowhere to run!
You're done. Time to jump.
Swarm grenade out.
Player standing. One enemy remaining.
It is done.
Got him. Jets grounded. One down.
Player standing.
Goodbye. Up.
On the money.
I would apologize to them, but alas.
That sucks. Satchel up. Bomb like that. Satchel up. Go. Ouch.
Down and out.
Stay down.
One enemy remaining.
Wait for me. Deal with my call. Boom.
Too fun.
Perfect accuracy. Blocking sight. Give me those. Nailed them.
Down you go.
Party's over.
And 4.
Blinded.
One enemy remaining.
Taken down.
Pull back. Blinded. Good.
remaining.
Stun down. Stay down.
Away with you.
One enemy remaining.
Yield my call.
Down A.
Sit still.
30
Headshot.
seconds left.
Got one. Knocked him.